Okay, race fans, we're back and we're live. We're getting ready for the 3-hour race. The countdown has begun, so you need to be prepared. Have you got your crisps and your dip, and you put the cat out again, so we don't want any interruptions. This coverage is being brought to you by the Heart of Racing. Thanks to the Heart of Racing. And we're going over to Adam straight away in the pits. Adam.
So here we are in the pit lane, and the 3-hour cars are about to go out on grid. It's a pretty hot afternoon down here in Mike Perro Motorsport Park in Christchurch, and the nor'wester's going to get up a little bit, we think, in the afternoon, but it looks like it's going to be hot and dry running. What we're going to do from here, the cars will all go out and grid up, and we'll try and get out on the grid and see if we can get some of the drivers to have a chat to us before they go out and race. Obviously, we're set to go live in about 10 minutes at 1:15. The race will start. Two laps behind the safety car, and then they'll be green. So everyone seems pretty cruisy. We'll take a walk down the pit lane and see who we can get to talk to down here. Here's Simon Gilbertson, who's not driving. We'll just get a word with him. Seems he's standing by. Simon, you must be feeling a little bit. Obviously, you haven't been well, but it's a bit a shame not to be in the car, yeah?
Well, I thought I was feeling sick, but now I'm really feeling sick. I wouldn't do this team owner thing. That's no fun at all. I'd rather be in there pedalling. Very grateful that Nick has stepped up. And look, we just want to know if we've got 180 minutes. And that'll be our day. If we do that, we don't care what happens.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are rooting for you guys because everyone wants to see that 8-litre V8 come home and finish the race. I mean, we know it's fast. We just want to see the thing do the 3 hours, yeah?
Yeah, I think the thing today for people is to remember that quali's quali. This is going to be a very, very fast race. I think the race pace will probably be the fastest it has ever been, and that's going to be something to watch.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing all of those pros out together. Obviously, John McIntyre's starting the car. I don't know who down the lane has got their pro in. So it's going to be a really exciting start, yeah?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, to be fair to Nick, first time in the car yesterday, and then I asked the guy to start. That's a bit on the nose. So we'll run Nick somewhere, and John will just go and do his thing.
I really like your sign writing. If you can, Joe, if you can have a look around at, they've got Ross written on the car. Is that a Vivid marker you've used there?
No, mate, that's a new font. It's called Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. She's hand cut, and it almost looks like one of those cars in that program.
All right, well, we love the car and we love your hammer logo, so hopefully we can have a chat with some of the drivers as the race goes by.
Yeah, no worries, mate. All the best.
Thanks, Simon. Cars are just going out now, but we'll try and grab a couple of more interviews in the lane as we go through. So here's John DeVeth, who's driving the 650S McLaren. John, we're just live, mate. Just come out here and we'll have a quick word. How are you feeling? We called John the Bionic Man. He's only just had his knees replaced, and he did a test 1-hour race in the 650S at Hampton Downs 2 weeks ago, and he won the 1-hour race. So you decided you're going to do more, right?
Yeah, we're going to go with the 3 hours, see how much time I'm allowed in the seat. We normally do about 1:10 on fuel, so I'll at least do that, and we'll see what happens after that.
So how are you feeling? I mean, obviously you've gone out and done some laps this morning in quali, and you've driven around here yesterday. I mean, it's a track you know pretty well?
Yeah, we've been here a few times, so the track ain't an issue, so yeah, we'll be good.
And are you looking at the competitors or just looking at your own strategy?
Yeah, some of the competitors a little bit up there as far as pace, so we've got a couple of cars that we just keep an eye on. If we can keep pace with them, that's our goal. So we'll just stick with that and not probably worry too much about the front guys.
Well, we know the 650S is a very fast car. I mean, we saw it at Hampton Downs. It's good on a lap, but it's good over the endurance period, right, as well.
Yeah, it's a nice car. You can get it into a groove, and it's nice, smooth, easy to drive. Well, easy to drive. Nice to drive, I should say. When you're going fast, it's not easy, but yeah, it's a nice car, and if you just stay consistent and you keep out of trouble, that's what we aim for today as well.
And it's great to see that Kiwi McLaren brand out there, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's awesome. Yeah, when we raced up north and we won the 1 hour in it, and then won the 3 hour in it. I think that's pretty out there. I don't know if that's ever been done. So, and been, Bruce sort of car, Bruce McLaren car. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course it's the anniversary of his death this year, 50 years. the McLaren brand is an amazing brand to Kiwis, and maybe a lot of people don't know that that particular car comes from that McLaren factory.
Yeah, that's right. And that car out there, that's 5 years old, so it's doing pretty good with the other cars. So, yeah, pretty happy.
Sounds good too. All right, we'll see you as the race goes on. We've got cars going onto the grid now, so we'll make our way down. I think most of the drivers will form up with their other drivers on the grid. So we'll count back to Victor in the Solar Solutions outdoor broadcast unit, and he'll give you a little bit of commentary of the cars that go out, and then we'll pick up these drivers on the grid as they go racing.
Okay, thanks Adam. There's cars coming out to grid up now. Safety car you can see there in the middle of the track waiting for everyone to come around. They'll take their positions according to qualifying. Neil Foster and Johnny Reid on pole, Alex Riberas and Darren Kelly on P2, Nick Ross, Johnny McIntyre P3, Carter Murphy car on 4, Smith, Beth, that little McLaren on 5, and then Fawcett, Fillmore 6, Leach or West in 7, Anthony Lees and Paul Kelly there on 8th, the Rickaby Rhodes car on 9th, Gould and Ransley's on 10th, Barrett Frew 11, Helms and Slight, Aaron of course on 12, the Moore Mackesy, the little TCR car on 13th place, Scott O'Donnell and Alan Dippy out again for some more punishment after doing the 1 hour on 14, Shepherd Fitzgerald on 15, McDermott on 16, Williams Blythe on 17, Davis Mitchell on 18, Sylvester Perkins on 19, Mackesy Good on 20, Mark Taylor and Vaughan Maloney there on 21, Haycoop and Cooley on 22, Simmons and Berry on 23, and Timo Stanton and Leighton Tremaine on 24 in the little Peugeot. So that's the grid for your 3 hour. Hope everyone's ready. 3 hours of racing. Same format as in the 1 hour. They'll line up on the grid here. Once everyone's lined up, the safety car will take off. They'll get a green flag. They'll follow the safety car around for a warm-up induction lap, and then we'll be racing. This coverage brought to you by the Heart of Racing. Thank you to Gabe for your support and getting this out on the live stream, and it's so appreciated. We're going to talk a wee bit more about Gabe and the whole Heart of Racing team and everything as we get on at the race and it quietens down a bit. I'm going to watch this start because it's going to get interesting. Even those 3 hours of racing, these guys will be very motivated to get to turn 1 first. So it's going to be exciting. Not much between those cars. When you look at the top 7 cars, 120 or quicker, that 118, pretty much flat, 118.082 for qualifying by Foster Reed car is really good. Okay, so there's the Camaro going out very late in the window for the pit to be open. Won't take him long to get round. He's in P3. Not sure who's in the car. There was a lot of talk through the pit lane over the last day or two of who would be starting. Will it be the gentleman drivers or the driver drivers? I don't know what you call them, the pro drivers. No one really says much, so it's all kept a wee bit under wraps until we get to this point now. So it's a magnificent sight. Still plenty of time to get out here. There's not as much room on the bank as you can see. It's filled up. Big crowd come to watch, and understandably we've got just such a class field. hard pressed to find as good a field again in the country like this. You know, these top 6 or 7 cars are just, well, there's a lot of world class cars here. So, you know, if you're in the area, it's free to get in, no excuses. Lots of giveaways going on around the track as well. We're going to be giving away that Carter's $1,000 worth of tyres shortly. We've still got plenty of other prizes to give away, so make a note of that phone number, and you'll be. We tested whether we could get people to ring in, and it's not working quite the way we like. So it's going to be text message in. So get ready, because you're going to have the right answers. Right, cars are on the grid. They'll be waiting for the green flag. Yep, they're away now. They'll follow the safety car around. Safety car will be sitting just around the corner from turn 1. He'll take off, and then I'd imagine it's Johnny Reid in the car, because most of these front cars will be doing 2 pit stops, so there'll be a bit of strategy in there. So probably Johnny Reid, and then Neil will do a stint and Johnny will bring it home, is what I'd imagine. Time will tell. So the cars come round, beautiful looking little Audi R8 LMS, followed by that gorgeous Aston Martin. Runs the same Mercedes V8 engine as the Mercedes AMG GT of the Carter Murphy car. That's just quality field, isn't it? Look at that. Foster Reid car comes round. Casino still yet to pick up the safety car, so maybe they're going to do 2 laps here. Make sure they get some heat in the tyres. A stand to be corrected. The interesting thing about this is this lap's done under, you know, a set speed based on what the safety car is doing, and the guys at the back of the field are going flat out. So that shows you there's a bit of a speed difference. And the DOE Peugeot at the back, he'll get lapped probably about every 3 or 4 laps. But he's still racing in his class, and is actually sitting 3rd in the championship for his class at this stage. Yeah, so there they go. They're coming past the start-finish line, still warming up brakes and tyres. It's really important for these cars, especially these front runners. They'll catch up to the safety car, be sitting down round towards the hairpin, I'd say, somewhere past turn 1. He'll gather them up. As you can see in the background, there's still a few gaps around the fence. There's the safety car now. It's coming up to the hairpin. I'll start to bunch the cars up now, because you want the field as tight as possible when we go live, when we go racing, which is not that far away. So get comfortable, get the volume turned up. Coming through the tricky part of the infield now, we'll head down towards Casino. Safety car lights will go out, and then the pace of the field will be in Johnny Reid's hands. It should be catching up a bit now. The Aston Martin looks to be out of position a bit. He needs to come up beside there. There we go. He's listening to me. He's listening to the commentary. Okay. Safety car lights are out. He's pulled away. Interestingly, that the Johnny Reid's got that Audi position right in the middle of the road. He's forcing the Aston out wide to be beside him. The Aston needs to get up on him a bit more. We're about to go racing. They'll come around this corner. It's in the starter's hands. The grid's looking pretty good. They're all bunched up. Even the Peugeot's there, full noise. And we will be racing. We've got to be racing. Yes, we are racing. Oh, look at the Camaro. Johnny Max put it up the inside. He's going to have a look. He wants to take this race on, and he's taken it before turn 1. How much power's he got that thing wound up to? My goodness. Come around turn 1 clear, and the Camaro's just taken off. What has happened there? Johnny Reid's trying to hang on, but Johnny Mac has got the bull by the horns, and he's out of there. So we've got Johnny Mac's taken from where was he back at P3 or P4? Now he's in the lead. We've got followed by Johnny Reid. Then we've got be Ross. No, it'll be Alex and Alex in the Heart of Racing Aston. The field's got into pretty much Indian file now. They've settled down. Oh, look, the Aston's dropped back in. Oh no, it's in third place. So Johnny Mac has said, right, it's going to be a 3-hour sprint and I'm going to lead the way. Now, any of those top 6 cars could take it. A 1:22 off the start line, 2 seconds faster than the Foster Reid car. Can he keep going? I don't think Foster Reid will be too concerned. I just want to keep him in their sights because we're not sure what the race strategies are here. Johnny McIntyre, he's such a fierce competitor though. He's more than happy to lay the gauntlet down and go 110% right from the first lap, even though it's 3 hours, because his mind is it's 110% for 3 hours. No questions asked. So you can see that little battle there with the Heart of Racing Aston is giving them a hurry on. He's got the lights flashing. No pressure, but you know, take your time, but get out of my way, you know. So, that's the Dippy O'Donnell Porsche, I think, that had a spin. One of the sponsors. Here we go, having a look at it again. Oh, he's come off at the hairpin. He's maybe gone in too hot. He's parked up, give everyone a bit more of a head start. So maybe the tyres just haven't quite warmed up enough yet. So, but Johnny Mac's away. He had 3-second lead after that last lap. So he's really put the hammer down. 21.2 lap time, the Camaro. The little Audi's just looking a bit sluggish, isn't it? It's not, maybe I don't know if they've got a problem, but they're just taking a while to get settled in because the Aston's all over the back of him. And again, that could be just strategy. The Aston's looking like he's got to be careful he doesn't get too frustrated here because it's early days with 4 minutes into a 3-hour race. And that McLaren's lurking around. That is a beautiful, beautiful car. It's an amazing car. It's actually a very, very quick car. Okay, we've got the Porsche in the pits. Maybe they've got an issue there. Something's broken, or they've taken it right into the pits. Now the Aston's right on the tail of that Audi. You're going to have a look. Is he going to have a look at turn 1? No, he's not close enough. He's just got back a bit, and that McLaren's reeled them in. Should be quite happy just to sit there for a while. The only issue he's got to be careful of is that he doesn't get too hot. So they've got that Porsche up in the air, having a look under it. Something broken somewhere maybe. Back to P2, 3 and 4. 3 laps down. If this carries on like this all day, these guys are going to be exhausted. The Audi in Teretonga was able to show its heels quite easily. It was quite quick, but here, the Aston from the Heart of Racing is really, they've really got it set up. You know, I mean, it was a new car, so they've got it set up well. It's obviously performing really well. There's Johnny Mack. You can see he's already passed the Peugeot, lapped the Peugeot, 3 laps in, and the Peugeot's been lapped by the front runners. It's Leighton Tremaine and Tim Stanton. So they spend a lot of their day looking in the mirrors. Here comes the little Mercedes, the Carter Mercedes. Not sure who's in that. What sort of lap times are they getting? 22.5, hard to tell. It's just, Aston's just having a breather, just backed off a wee bit, gets a bit of fresh air, got some lap traffic. Oh, and that lap traffic's looking like it's got issues. It was the oil smoke, I'd suggest. Maybe just through the overflow, but we'll keep an eye on that. These guys won't want any oil on the track, especially around that hairpin. As you can see now, Johnny Mack, look at that gap, lapping a lot of traffic. So not just the little Peugeot, but they've picked up on a lot of those back runners. Mercedes coming through, looks lovely, followed by that other Audi. The Heart of Racing Aston Martin is all over the back of that Audi. There's a point where at this early in the race you just say, well, maybe I'll let him pass and I'll follow him for a bit, because the pressure has the potential of creating a mistake. So sometimes, it's a mind game, you know. So it's absolute mind game. Look, he could pull away when he wants to, though. So maybe there's a bit of tactics going on. But the boys in the Aston are up to it. I'm not sure if that's Alex. Probably is Alex. I think he's been enjoying this track, to be honest. Saw him earlier in the day, and he had a big smile on his face. He looked pretty calm and relaxed. Just taking a different line, not necessarily because it's quicker, but just to get his nose in the mirrors. He's got his lights on. He's having a look. Oh, that could have been bad. These guys are professionals. He's just saying, oh, I'm here. I'm not going away. He's sticking on him. This is great racing. I'm not sure I'm going to make 3 hours if they carry on like this. Oh, someone's been off. What's happened here? Oh, that was the P2 and P3 going through the first of the S's. And we've got okay, that's the one of the back runners has hit the Audi. We're going over to Adam. We're going to cross to Adam. He's in the pits.
In the 911 Mobile Porsche, you had a bit of a spin there, or what happened? What went wrong?
No, we seem to have a problem going down the gearbox. You know, we clutch going down the box and flat shift going up. For some reason, when you go down the gearbox, it gets between gears. So when you're going from fourth to third, it kind of gets between the two gears, and you can imagine what sort of noise it makes when it's doing that. So look, rather than blow a gearbox to smithereens, take it from the pits, I think. Whether a linkage is out of alignment, but we did the 1 hour half an hour ago and the car was fine, so it's hard to know really.
I see the guys are working pretty hard on the car. Do you think you might be able to come back, or just see what happens?
Oh, I'll see what happens. If the gearbox comes right, we'll go and do some laps, but there's no use going and blowing things to smithereens for no result.
And also, speaking as a president of the South Island Endurance Series Drivers Club, you must be pretty pleased with the turnout today.
Oh, I think it's great. Teratong was our first round, perhaps a bit quieter. We had COVID. COVID's sort of half managed right now. And what a great fleet of cars for both the 1 hour and the 3 hour. So it just shows that endurance racing's strong and people are keen to come and do events they enjoy.
And of course, we must thank the Heart of Racing for putting on the broadcast for us and making it all available for everyone to see in the world, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. A great word of thanks to those guys. I mean, Brendan's been working with you and I quite a bit to get things to happen. Look, great to deal with, and I think it's great for the sport that it can go effectively live to the world all the way from here in New Zealand.
All right, on that note, we'll go back to Victor and see what's happening out on track.
Okay, thanks Adam. We're back at track. We've got a safety car on track. It looks like there was an incident between one of the back runners and one of the Audis, the Fawcett Fillmore car. Just seeing what we can see here. Safety cars letting cars past. So obviously he hasn't picked up everyone, or they've pitted. Just looking now, no, the timing shows that they're still out there, so the safety car's still looking for the front runners. Okay, there's the Audi in the pits. It's I'm pretty sure it's the number 10 car. Yes, it is. That's the Fawcett Fillmore car. It's collected one of the tail gunners there, and you can see there's a wee bit of damage, but race tape will sort that out. It'll be not quite good as new, but for a race car, it'll be good as new. It's not going to have the same aero that he had before, but that's okay. He'll be still out there. It doesn't look quite that bad. We've got Adam down there. I'm not sure if we're going to cross to Adam.
Happy to talk. So I'm here with Sam Fillmore. They've obviously had a bit of drama. Sam, can you tell us what happened, mate?
Oh, mate, just heaps and heaps of understeer. The cars are big at the moment, so it's a real handful. But we'll get there.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it. It looks like they're about to finish that plastic wrap on the front, so good luck for the rest, mate.
Okay. Thanks, Adam. Oh, look at that. That's just make you cry, wouldn't it? So, but they'll have that out and up again pretty quickly now. He's going to drop a lap. He's will have dropped a lap. He'll try and get out before the safety car. Your safety car's only at the hairpin. So, so all of that hard work of the McIntyre car has just been lost. And it's start again. We're only 13 minutes into the race, and it's been a bit of action, hasn't it? So we shouldn't be too far from going green. I'm not sure what's happened with the car that was hit. Let me just see if I can see here. Was it the Escoop car? No, it wasn't. Maybe it's still running. Certainly made a mess of the Audi, that's for sure. So the lights are out on the safety car, so we're going to be going green. There's the front runners. Peugeot hanging onto the back, but he's a couple of laps down. He's only one lap down. So we've got 3 cars. The Peugeot's ahead of 3 cars because there's cars in the pits. The Taylor Maloney cars in the pits. They're racing again, and away goes the Camaro. The Aston's taken the opportunity to get the nose up. He's going to have a look. Yeah, he should take that position. I think the Johnny Reid will pull out of there. It's just so dirty out, too wide there. He's not going to risk going off there. So the Aston, the harder racing Aston is taken second spot. Now we'll see what the pace comparison is between the Alex Riberas in the Aston and Johnny in the Camaro there. This is going to be interesting. The Aston's got such a good aero package right through this midfield. It can just hold on to that Camaro, no problem. We're going to see what it's like when we get down onto that main straight. Nice. That little McLaren's just hanging in there. Just, you know, don't ruffle any feathers. Just stay in touch. Stay in touch. Now the Camaro's not going to pull away that much from the McLaren, from the Aston. Right, main straight. What have you boys got in you? Let's have a look. So here we go. No, he's pulled 700ths, but the Aston will make that up easily. So the Aston guys won't be too concerned about that straight line pace of the Camaro because they're going to make that up on the infield. Let's just see how they go into the hairpin. What's the brakes like? Well, there you go. You can see it all there. The Aston a wee bit twitchy, so he was maybe just braking a little bit late and a little bit harder than he probably needed to, but just to stay in touch. But okay, all exciting stuff. So the Forsyth Phillimore car is now dropped down to 19th place. So that damage has cost them quite a bit. So they've got a lot of work to do to get back into contention. Carter Murphy car is going well, staying in touch. All these guys will just want to keep each other within the front windscreen, know where they are. Just settle down into a good, smooth race pace. Okay, just been informed that Darren's in the car, so he's driving really well, isn't he? Now we're looking at this little battle with the Audi and that McLaren. The Audi just doesn't seem to have the pace that it's had last weekend. I'm not sure what's going on. Is it race strategy? Have they got enough fuel in there to go a bit longer than the other guys? Is it all going to be strategic? They didn't come here to lose. So, and the International Motorsport always prepare impeccable cars. So I'm confident that the car will be good. You can see some of the crowd there on the bank just outside from where we are, and we've got a big crowd around the outside of the track. It's fantastic to see so many people out, but to be expected because we've got world-class racing going on here. As our shed that we're in rumbles as these guys go past, just pretty much outside our door. Johnny Mac just pulling away. He's got 1.7 seconds. I'm assuming that's Johnny in the car. We don't have that level of detail. So okay, so the race has settled down a bit. Must be time to give some stuff away. Has everyone got the number written down? There it is there, up on the screen. Right, what are we going to give away? I'll tell you what I've got. I've got 2 t-shirts here from Sylvester V8, who's a local Christchurch company. Grant is out here racing in the 3R. They're in the C class. So Sylvester V8 Performance, they're on Morehouse Ave there. I've got a couple of t-shirts and a couple of hats. And what I need you to do is I need you to text me with the names of the drivers in the Sylvester car. And one t-shirt will go to the 5th text and one t-shirt will go to the 10th text. There we go. The names of the drivers in the Sylvester car. And I've got 2 t-shirts and 2 caps to give away. And probably some stickers. Right, now, keep going guys, keep texting. Now I've got, this is the best part of the day because I've got this beautiful woman that's come to talk to me.
Hello.
Hi, this is Tegan.
Yep.
From Heart of Racing.
Yes. So happy to be here.
It's great that you guys are here. We are so blessed to have you here.
Yeah.
And the car looks like it's going well?
Yeah, we had a little bit of trouble actually since the last race in Hampton Downs in the North Island.
Right.
And everybody seems to have figured it out since then. So fingers crossed we keep running okay, but it looks good for now and everybody's in great spirits. So it's just a great day to be here and race for the kids at Starship. Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us a wee bit more about that, because for you guys, this isn't just about racing, is it? This is so much more.
Yes, it runs quite deep. The Heart of Racing was founded in Seattle, Washington, in the U.S. to raise money for the Seattle Children's Hospital.
Wow.
And then while we were traveling here during COVID, like just before COVID, we locked down in New Zealand and we decided to start a race program here. So we partnered with Starship and we're helping them with their intensive care unit and raising funds for them. And so we're racing for Starship and it's fun to be here. It's great to go around the track the fastest, but ultimately what we do is all for the kids. And
it's amazing,
yeah.
Amazing. And I saw you out earlier today just giving caps away to kids and stuff.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the character of this team is a really good lesson for people. I think it says a lot about the roots of where you come from. It says a lot about Gabe and his heart for people. You know, because I've talked a wee bit about, you know, Gabe's obviously quite successful, but that's not an easy road. That's the end of the road, right?
Yeah.
You know, and he's put in the hard work, and he's everything he's earned he deserves, and the fact that he has come to New Zealand and he contributes into our society is such a blessing. I have huge respect for this person.
Yeah,
and the team, because you're not paid to. You're not just paid to be on the team. You buy into it, right?
Yeah,
it's part of who you are.
Trying to make a difference, and Gabe is super successful, super intelligent, but ultimately the best thing about him is his kind heart and just his warmth towards everything. And so it's great that we can start the program here with his support and just go racing, but have a deeper mission. And it's a hard time for the world right now, so having something positive to focus on has been really special for all of us.
So just tell us, if people want to contribute, what do they do?
So we have a donate link on our website, which is www.theheartofracing.co.nz.
Okay, we'll try and get that up on screen. It will be up on screen a lot during the race. There we go.
Yeah.
Just like
and
that.
so on there we have a donate button. It will lead you to our Raisley account, which is where you can see our campaign for Starship. So all the funds will go directly to the Starship Foundation from there.
Fantastic.
And you can see our success bar so far. I think our goal is $1 million to start. So
let's do it.
Yeah, we're aiming high and hopefully reaching the stars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually something really cool from today when we were handing out hats. One of the kids' fathers said that the kid had been to Starship for 2 heart surgeries and he's going in for another one next year. So we took him back to meet the drivers, Alex and Darren. They sat in the car right before the race started, and so that's like hugely fulfilling to us, you know? That's why we do it, and it was so cool that there's someone here who we can directly race for today, and really
that is
we
amazing.
see how we can help, which is great, you know?
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you're here for obviously this round, and then you're going to be in Timaru.
Yes.
And then you're going back to
Yeah, we'll race in Pukekohe.
And then back to Cromwell.
Yeah, for the finals.
Because there's never enough, right?
Yeah, we're like, let's just go all out. And it's a great way for us to see the country as foreigners. So
you're from the States as well?
Kind of, from the States and Canada, so from Ontario originally.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but we all come from the States. That's where we were returning to.
Oh, we've got action on the track. That is the Foster Reed car. It's stopped, and that's heading into the hairpin. It's in a terrible spot there. That's going to bring out a safety car, I'm sure. We've got yellow flags. Now that car, I said before, it wasn't as quick as it had been in the past. There was something that wasn't just quite right, and I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I said that maybe they've got a race strategy, but that car's pulled over. They'll be looking to recover that. Now there's a chance they can get that back to the pits, and if there's something wrong they can fix and get it back out again. So I'm just waiting to see if we've got safety car. There's Johnny Maccabee driving past. It won't make him unhappy, I shouldn't think. Right, so that's the current positions up on your screen. So you have a read of that. You can see a 1:28. It's pretty quick for race pace. So, okay, Tegan, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
So how long are you here for?
We don't know. We're like all applying for extended visas, like looking
Just get residency.
We're looking at residency options.
We would love to have you guys here.
Thank you. We would love to be here. We feel so lucky to have met everybody that we have, and everyone's been super warm and like.
I mean, you don't even have to wait until after the US election to make the decision.
Yeah, I know. We're like, let's just stay right now. Yeah, yeah, and like everyone we've met has been such a joy to be around, and we're so lucky to have found International Motorsport as well, and working with them has just been
come
great.
south, because like I know people are listening all over the country, but down south is quite cool.
It's better.
It's better.
Yeah. It's beautiful here. It's like we're racing in the mountains. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You see snow. It's like super warm down here.
I know some people. If Gabe needs an IT job, I can get him.
Yeah,
I can introduce
connect him up.
Connect
Email him.
Yeah, email him.
He reads all his emails.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's a good
I know.
boy,
Impressive.
Yeah. So I think that what he's doing is such a blessing. He's a great example of what human beings should be, and it's just an honour that he's contributing to a sport that we love, but also what he's doing with the Starship. Right, we're going to shoot down to the pits because there's been lots of action. We've got Adam down there. Okay, Adam, what's happening?
So we're here with James Marshall, who runs the Dale ITM Audi. So James, you guys came in and did a splash and dash really early. Obviously Teretonga, you ran out of gas. So was that just a strategy to not do it later in the race?
Yeah, pretty much. Like we know at some point we have to do a splash and dash. So with safety car coming out, we just took the opportunity to do it now instead of having to do it at the end. So it's just a different way of going about it.
So we'll see you guys in for a driver change and more fuel, and that'll be you, right?
Yeah, hopefully all going to plan. Not sure if we quite got enough in because we're not deep enough into the race, but yeah, hopefully we can one-stop it from here.
Right, okay, well, we'll go back to the action out there and see what's happening on track. Back to Victor in the outdoor broadcast unit.
Okay, we're back live. So so tell us, you've come out traveling with Gabe.
Yeah, so we came for a 10-day scuba diving trip back in March, and then when we were supposed to return, the virus was getting quite worse in the US, which was where we were all going back to. So we decided to stay and just scope out the scene, and then New Zealand went into lockdown. We had 48 hours, I think, to decide if we would stay or go, and we stayed, and now it's almost 7 months later to the day. And
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so tell us about this car. This Aston Martin is just such a lovely bit of kit.
Yeah, it's been fun to work with so far. I'm not personally on the car, so I can't give you specific details.
Yeah.
But the team is working hard. The mechanics and engineers are amazing.
Yeah.
We're super lucky to be working with who we are at IMS, and the guys, Alex and Darren, are just loving it so far. And
fantastic. And so we've got Darren in the car at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
So that's
He's
been
going well, isn't he?
so well. It's been such a
For a
fun
guy
journey.
that's used to going sideways.
I know, we're like,
he's doing
that's a
straight
good
line quite
that's
well.
a good trick if we need him to like block the enemy,
yeah,
you know.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, Darren has picked everything up so quickly, and he works really closely with Alex, so it's cool
Right.
to see them working together. They've really developed a friendship.
Yep.
And that's like what you need in a teammate. You need
Absolutely.
the trust, the camaraderie, you know. So
exactly.
it's just been an awesome experience, and they're both super fun guys. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a joy to be around, and it makes the whole experience better, you know.
Yeah.
No
totally.
frills, just
Yeah,
enjoying and racing.
Yeah. And because that's the Kiwi way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's
as
cool.
much as you know, people are competitive out there, and you know, everyone wants to win. There's no issue with that. But you know, the bigger part is amongst great people.
Yeah, and it's all very genuine, which is really special to see. Yeah.
Welcome to New Zealand.
Thank you. We're so lucky
That's why
to
I
be
think
here.
Gabe and you guys fit in so well, is because it's a persona or a characteristic of human being which is kind of special, right?
Yeah.
And clearly you've got that.
Thank
So
you, yeah.
so some more about Starship, because in reality that's probably more important than the racing.
Exactly. Yeah. So
how did that come about? So first of all, you teamed up with a hospital in the States, which was a children's
so
hospital.
that
as
happened
well.
in 2014 when the Heart of Racing was founded.
Right.
And so they raised money for Seattle Children's Hospital in the U.S.
Fantastic.
And we actually have a team racing in the U.S. in the IMSA championship.
Right. Okay. No, we've got to interrupt. We're going down to the pits to see what's happened with the Audi. Okay, Adam, what's happening? Okay. Sorry. No. We've gone green again, so we're racing again. We're going to come back to the Audi shortly, but we are live and racing again, and the McIntyre car is still out in front. Darren's driving incredibly well. He's only 1.2 behind. He's in the zone. The car's looking good. He's looking smooth. He's right where they want to be, because the race is won after 3 hours, not now. So I can see in the other screen, which you can't see, they're pushing the Audi back into its pit garage. So they've got a bit of work to do on that. There it is there. Adam will be sniffing around, waiting to find out what's happened. They'll be a little bit cautious to say much, but there's not looking like a lot of urgency around the car, to be honest. So it may be that is a little bit more terminal than they'd want. But anyway, back on track. Johnny Mack is laying it down. Ooh, a bit twitchy through there. Right, so Tegan, back to Starship.
Yeah, so raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital in the U.S.
Yeah.
still, and to this day, millions of dollars have been raised for them.
Fantastic.
They're a very worldwide hospital, so they have influence in a lot of countries.
Right.
And
okay.
so when we were stuck in New Zealand for lockdown, it kind of started as a joke, like, let's bring the Heart of Racing here.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later, we're signed up with International Motorsport. We've got the car being flown over and partnered with Starship.
Okay, sorry, we're back in the pits.
So we're just down here with Neil Foster. Obviously they've had an issue, so we'll just find out what's happened. So what happened out there?
Just seems that it's broken a rear shaft, just lost drive.
So did it progressively worse, or just...
Just popped. I came off the curb as per normal and went to change into third, and just nothing happened.
So you'll obviously be able to change that and get back out, yeah?
I think they're hoping to.
All right, we'll leave you to it, and good luck, and hope you see you out there again. All right, we'll just go back to Victor and the back in the
Okay, and we're back. So thanks, Adam. Neil Foster in the car there. So hopefully he's still in the car, so they're obviously going to look to try and get that back out on track. The race tape's not looking so good on number 10, but they're on a mission to get back some of the places they've lost. So, Starship and Seattle.
Yeah,
so is that relationship just, I don't know, interestingly, is that going to bring those two hospitals
we're hoping
close
so.
together?
Yeah, so we're looking into if any doctors or nurses at Starship or Seattle have trained in the other one.
Right.
So, and then what connections we have. So it's still a new program. It's only like a month or two old. So we're hoping to discover all of these things as we go.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's this is why it's so exciting that people like Gabe and the Heart of Racing can use their success to grow other success in areas which aren't just commercial. It's not about being commercial. It's about making our world a better place.
It really gives so much, and it's nice to be around generous people, and Gabe is one of them, and we're just all around really lucky to be a part of the program and race for Starship. It's a blessing for us.
Totally.
Yeah.
So so we've still got some stuff to give away though, haven't we? And what we've been doing is we've been getting people to text in, because I was wanting to have the phone hooked up, but we've got the number up on the screen there, and I was thinking what would be good would be, we've got some shirts to give away.
Yes.
So if people could text in the name of the company and the year that Gabe set it up for the fundraising.
Cool.
How many shirts have we got?
I think 2 donation shirts which have the Starship logo on them. So they're like these limited edition Heart of Racing Starship collaboration.
Brilliant. So 2 shirts to give away. I want you to text in the year and the name of the company that was set up for this whole, that started this whole fundraising, not just fundraising, but pouring into these children's hospitals. So 2 t-shirts to give away anywhere in the world, and I will courier them to you. If it doesn't matter where you are, I don't care, I'll pay. Okay?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that good?
awesome. So cool.
I'm so excited that you guys are here.
And we're excited to be here. It goes both ways. I think we're more excited.
You're getting a hard time from the team in the caravan. So because none of the other teams are listening in, what's the race strategy? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't get that kind of information. I'm just the cheerleader,
Really? I mean,
handing out hats, making sure everything runs smoothly.
This track runs anti-clockwise, so I want to know how many PSI are they running in the right front? That's always
secret information. Can't give it away.
We can't give that away.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's in invisible ink.
Okay, lots of text messages coming in, but not actually the correct name yet. Some people have got the correct year, but there was actually a company set up, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, so not actually. It's not actually what some people have texted. You're going to have to do some homework. You need to go to the website, right?
Yes.
And it would tell you.
That's the abbreviation for the name.
Okay, it's the abbreviation. Maybe, okay, shall we let that go then?
We should let it go.
Okay.
They're listening. It looks like they're listening. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. That's cool. Should we give 4 shirts away?
Let's give 4 shirts away.
So convincing.
6. 6 shirts, you heard it here first, folks. 6 shirts for grabs anywhere in the world.
Gabe will be going, what's going on with these guys?
Sorry, Gabe, if you're watching. It's okay.
Hopefully he's ducked out to get a cup of tea.
I'll pay you back, Gabe.
Yeah. So one of the other reasons I'm quite passionate about what you guys do is because I actually race a car that has hearts on it.
Yeah.
And between us we could make up the bookends of a race field.
A love train. Cool. That's so cool. That's awesome.
My car's not that fast, but
it has soul.
It
and
has
that's
spirit.
what matters.
And it's the reason that I did it is for people that maybe don't know, I race a car called the Love Machine, and it's an old 190E Mercedes, and it's covered in hearts because my daughter was 5 years old, and it was time to do what are we going to paint the car, and she said you should put hearts on it. So I was like,
perfect.
Who am I to resist that? So, so I got covered in hearts, and then commentators started calling it the Love Machine, right?
Yeah.
So and it was pretty hard or impossible to go back from there. So The first couple of years of running it, we used it to raise money and awareness for the Heart Foundation.
Cool.
And then and it's been a little bit quiet lately because we've been rebuilding things. But the next couple of years, we're raising money and awareness for youth suicide.
Oh.
So
Wow.
that's been on our heart. So
Yeah.
it's to hear about Gabe, as much as I'm like small time, I share his passion
Yeah.
and whatever. So I really feel
Involved, you
connected to you guys, that it's just more than just about racing.
That's
so.
great. Yeah, thank you. It makes us feel good to do what we do, and we
Yeah,
have people like
totally.
you supporting it. You know?
Yeah, and of course people come along and they love to have a photo with the car, and as with you guys, and
Yeah.
so it's exciting. So so huge thanks to the Heart of Racing. There's their website. Jump on the website and donate some money. Be more like Gabe. If you want to be like, I've always wanted to be rich. Well, here's the start. Jump on the website, start giving. That's part of the character
What
of
goes
being
around
rich.
comes around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So get on there and let's show the world how good we are at giving. So
Yeah, and our website has a lot of information just about the team, the
Great.
setup, Gabe and his friend Jan, who founded the team in the U.S.
Yeah, okay.
And YouTube channel linked there, Instagram,
Right.
Facebook. We've got all that stuff and
Yeah, so-
regularly posting on them.
So don't just go and have a look. Subscribe. So
Yeah.
make sure you stay connected.
So I'm pretty sure this is still going on. Gabe is donating $1 for every YouTube subscriber on the Heart of Racing channel.
Okay,
So
so it
get
starts
out
at-
there. That's an easy way.
Now,
Yeah.
we did quite well negotiating with the shirts. I'm assuming this is $1 US, right?
I believe so, yes. I cannot confirm.
We're
But I
not-
would
it's not like
guess.
1 peso. It's like
Yeah.
$1 US.
It's definitely not a
You
peso.
can commit for him. Go on, $1 US.
No, I'm not going to commit for him. We'll let him do that.
Okay, Gabe, you've got the phone number. Text me. I want to know if it's $1 US. I'm sure we can talk him into it. If it's not, I'll top it up.
Please.
Okay, looks like Johnny Max got a bit of a lead. We're going to go down to the pits and just talk to Adam. Who's he got with him? Adam.
So we're here with Alex Ribeiro. So obviously Darren Kelly's in the car. You've been watching the times and watching the race. What's your thoughts so far?
Well, I think so far we are really happy with how the race is progressing. Darren is doing absolutely a fantastic job. He nailed the restart under the safety car. He was driving good, aggressive, smooth.
Yeah.
And I mean, considering the lack of driving we had yesterday, it's his first time here in a GT car. And I mean, we cannot ask for anything else.
So obviously you're driver training him as you go. I mean, you're going to go drifting right now. You're training him. How does that work?
Well, I have to say Darren just makes it easy, because he's a very smart guy. Everything we analyze on the data, and we see where there is margin of improvement. He goes and improves it immediately, right? So he goes and does it from the get-go. So it just makes our relationship, co-driver,
So I will
be
I'll
super
contact
easy,
these
very
people. I'll
smooth,
send you some
and
addresses.
he's
or
just
something.
doing
Sure,
a
yeah.
fantastic job.
So I've said this last time. You got any words in Spanish for our if Spanish fans watching?
Vamos, always.
Vamos. There we go. And for the Kiwis that don't understand, that means.
Cherkasy. No, I'm kidding.
All right, very good. Well, we'll go back out and see how the racing's going then.
People that don't win a prize, can I send them a hat or something?
Yeah, we have them in Auckland.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just,
Yeah, we're all out today. I gave them all away.
Cool. That's
I was
awesome.
walking around with bags full.
Okay. Okay, we're back. I think we're back live, are we? We are. So there we go. We're coming up 3/4 of an hour, and the Ross McIntyre car is 8.5 seconds ahead. They are going well. Darren's in the car in second. He'll be quite happy there. Driving incredibly well. Sitting comfortably. And then the Carter Murphy car, Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy, of course, in third place, and they'll be very happy with that. In touch on the same lap. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars all on the lead lap. You can see one of the other blessings that Gabe has provided is that all of the cars are able to put their sponsor or their branding or whatever on the bottom of the live stream here.
Yeah, so we figured like we'll support the live stream, but let's get everybody involved.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's not just
amazing.
us racing, it's so many different groups coming in to support this event. So
phenomenal.
it's wrong for us to take all the credit for the live stream. Like,
no,
it can't go on without everybody involved, so we wanted to showcase
sure.
everyone.
Yeah, which everyone appreciates, and it's not wrong for you to take all the credit because there's a huge amount of credit that needs to come to you guys. So Gabe was involved. He obviously worked initially with Microsoft, as I understand, and then he set up his own company.
Valve Software.
Valve Software, and involved in gaming.
Yeah, so games like Dota, Half-Life, all that stuff.
Right.
Counter-Strike, like they're quite big games in the PC world, and it's
We're
pretty
not
fun.
very PC here. Oh, it's a different PC world.
Yeah, PC like computer.
Computer PC.
Yeah. But yeah, so we actually started playing some of his games during lockdown with him,
Right.
which was super fun to learn them. And
excellent. Did he thrash you?
Oh yeah, he just it was like scary, we're like, this is way too hard, but yeah, it was fun. Totally fun.
So that's awesome. Look, there's the little Peugeot there. One thing I was going to say is that I don't know if you've noticed, we haven't had any on screen, but when you go to Bathurst, before the big Bathurst race, they have a jet flyover.
Yeah, I've been seeing them all week. Come super low.
Here we have a jet flyover for every car in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have one jet for the event.
Yeah, but now
we put on a plane for
a whole
everyone.
air show.
Yeah, so like
you do it right down here.
Yeah, we do it right.
Yeah.
Like everyone deserves a flyover, right? So the the Audis and the Aston and the Mercedes, they get a Dreamliner.
Yeah.
And then if you're down, like the McLaren gets a Gulfstream 650, like a private jet. And then the further down you go, you got like Perry, Grant Sylvester and that, they get a 747 because they're just in an old Super Tourer thing, And then further down you get the guys in the Honda, they just get like a Cessna.
Who gets a bird?
What happens is the Peugeot gets a guy in a microlight with a lawnmower engine that's escaping from the prison over there. That's his flyover. Yeah. Okay, we got. Oh, that's the Rickaby car and Rickaby Road's car. They've had they blew a gearbox in Teretonga, and they had issues. I think third and fourth synchros, had eaten themselves. That doesn't look that great because they repaired that box. They're accountants, you see. They didn't put in a new box. They thought, "Oh, fix that one up." So that car's in the pits. You see the Peugeot just coming into the pits at 48 minutes. So they might be doing a two-stop. The McIntyre lead is out to 10 seconds now. So here's the Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy little Mercedes. Oh, there's the Peugeot coming in. Hopefully they're not in too long. They'll miss the microlight flyover. There's the Carter's Mercedes, sitting quite comfortably in third spot there. Still well ahead of fourth, and within reach of the. Oh, that doesn't look good. Actually pulling into the garage. So where to for you guys from here? So there's Timaru in 2 weeks. Are you staying in the South Island?
No, we'll go back up to Auckland.
Okay.
The boys will probably test there at Hampton Downs and then also do all their simulation training.
Right.
Simulator training.
Right.
And that's where they really get to learn the tracks because a lot of them, like Alex, for example, has never raced in New Zealand before, so he has to learn all the tracks. And then Darren has raced at most of these tracks, but did it drifting, so he has to learn the lines from Alex and train with each other. So they're really like benefiting from each other's experience and knowledge in different areas.
Fantastic.
It's really cool to watch.
Yep.
And then we'll go back down for Timaru, and then up for Pukekohe, and then back down to Cromwell for the finals.
Great.
And it's just a busy month or two ahead, but
that's cool.
Busy is good for racing.
So back to the giving, because I really want to encourage people. Is it doesn't matter if you just got $1 to give, right?
Anything.
Anything.
Like,
helps.
of course, we understand if you cannot, but if you can and you're able to, it does make a difference. And an easy way to do that, like I said, Gabe is giving $1 for every YouTube subscriber. So if you can't actually put anything out of pocket, it's so easy to just click subscribe, and that's $1 to the kids.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Stuff like that, if you can just take the time out of your day, it does make a difference.
A cafe coffee is like $4 or $5, so just
anything.
Go without one of those. Have a hot water and give $5.
Yeah, and even above donating, just carry on the spirit, carry
absolutely.
on generosity, kindness.
Absolutely.
Trying to spread that as much as we can.
And sharing the website, because that just brings more awareness, and if people have got it in their heart to give, then they will give.
And we've got a great media team capturing all of the race events, so we have cool recap videos on YouTube if you're interested in that.
Okay.
The Instagram is regularly updated, so we've got some fun things in the works. And
Yeah. Cool. And like with these videos, you can put your own commentary over the top, because because I'm like the new boy.
Bleep out every word.
Yeah.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Exactly. Right, so cars on track, they're getting quite well spread out now, of course, as we're well into the race. And we're coming up to we're at 51 minutes. So the rules of the race are that each driver must drive a minimum of 45 minutes and a maximum of 2 hours. So if you're a 2-driver team, it really means that the second driver must do 1 hour, because to make up the numbers. So we're at coming up 52 minutes. So the teams that are doing a 2-stop strategy, we could very shortly start to see a bit of action in the pits. And I'm assuming Adam will be down that way getting ready for that pit window to open up. Now don't forget also, we're going to be giving away $1,000 worth of Carter's tyres. So you need to stay tuned and get your text messaging fingers ready for that.
That's quite cool.
That is cool,
That's
isn't
awesome.
it? Yeah. Well, Gary, the Carter's family are one of those generous families as well. They poured so much into motorsport, and they're just good people,
Yeah.
I was talking to Gary yesterday about how they got through COVID, and he said, it wasn't easy. We trimmed back so no one had any overtime, but everyone still got paid for 40 hours a week. So we tried to keep all the jobs, and some people, that they still found it hard. It wasn't easy, but we didn't go racing. We trimmed back, and we made sure that everyone was still looked after. Okay, we're down in the pits. This is the Peugeot. It's absolutely cooked the right rear. Has he been driving with the handbrake on? Now that won't bother Tim. He'll have that sorted in no time. It's looking pretty hot though, and so is Tim. He will have been driving the wheels off it, literally, as you can see. You need an axle stand under that. He's got Cam Taylor. This guy here with the Honda shirt on. Okay, we're going to go over to Leighton and Adam.
So we've got Leighton here, who's the driver of the little Peugeot, one of the most reliable cars in the field. What's happened here?
I had an issue with the brakes, and the brakes went out, and we've come in with the brakes, and then had a couple of flames when we arrived at the pits. So, not the best.
But you've got the Tim on there as the mechanic and the super driver, so you're going to be able to fix this?
We'll find out, won't we? We'll find out. I imagine if we can, we will, but we'll know more soon.
So basically you just felt you were driving it?
Tim was driving, and the brake pedal changed, and he said, I'm going to come in because the brakes aren't working well. Then he lost brakes as we were talking, and then, here we are.
So you've got spares, right, for the drums on the rear, aren't they?
Yes, Adam, of course they are.
All right, well, I'll let you get back because I see you helping out as well. So get back to we hope you see you out there.
Okay, we're back live again. So thanks, Adam. That was the guys from Seriously Fun. I mean, they're probably the slowest car out there, but they're still an important part of this whole fabric of South Island
it's
endurance
a great
car
name.
racing. Yeah, they are hilarious. They are hilarious. Last year here, Tim, who was obviously driving the car, was dressed up and he was doing fortune telling for the drivers. It was hilarious, you know. So all good characters, and it's part of this whole South Island endurance family. So hey, well, we're going to come into the pit window.
Yes. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to us. Thank you so much for all the information about Heart of Racing.
Of course.
And thank you so much for again bringing this live stream to us and all you're doing in New Zealand.
It's the least we could do. Like, we want to thank New Zealand, you know. We feel so lucky to be here and so grateful.
Yeah, well, you know, we hear that quite often from people. And New Zealanders have to realise how beautiful a country we do have.
It's really special here.
It is special,
yeah.
And so to hear it from you is equally important. But the character of Gabe and that whole team is also really important, and we learn a lot from that. So,
yeah. Well, thank you from the Heart of Racing and all of us here. Thank you all so much.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.
So we're here with Glenn Smith. Obviously, we're seeing water going into McLaren. That's not good. What's happened?
Yeah, something happened on their restart. Just lost power and no boost at all. We think there's an intercooler pump, circulation pump or something. I think might have failed. So they're just looking at that now. But it's a bit disappointing because we're looking really tidy before that.
So obviously the guys will put water in it and try and see where that is. It leaking? Do you think, or is there?
No, I think there's a mechanical fault with the pump. I think we don't know until they put it apart.
All right. Well, hopefully we can see you back out there. But for now, it's going to lose quite a lot of laps sitting here.
Oh no, yeah, we're out now, so it doesn't. We'll get back out there. We have a bit of fun, but it's just disappointing because I think we're on for possible podium.
Yeah, I know you went so well at Hampton. It would have been good to back that up. But anyway, we've got to go back out there for the racing. So we'll go back to the commentary team.
Okay, we're just looking at the Camaro now. A puff of smoke coming out after turn 1. Is it Tyres? Is it? Oh, I don't know. I've got Jordan with me.
Hey mate, how are you?
Had a good morning. Yeah. Jordan Mickles.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You had a good morning?
Yeah, good. It was strong. Warm. It was hot.
Just looking at the screen. Thoughts?
I hope it's just tyre. I really do. Those boys, they work. I know them really, really well. You know, the team are prepped out and they work so hard. And such a strong opening stint as well. So
yeah, the car's going great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Johnny didn't need an invitation at the turn 1, eh? It was good.
Yeah, he was taking it before we got there. Yeah, let's hope that is tyre. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Oh, I don't know. I think we might be wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It's coming out the centre.
I suppose it's hot day, who knows?
It is hot, yeah. I'm not sure that our temperature gauge is right, but it is hot out there. The car is going well. He's got a 28, which is a pretty good race lap time. It's about a second slower than the record. Here's the Taylor Maloney car coming in. I think it's had a bit of damage. That might have been the car that connected with the Audi earlier on. They've pulled it into the pit, so that doesn't look that great. And the Camaro still, I can smell oil actually. Hate to say it, but yeah. Okay, well, we're going to keep our eye on that. So, tell me about you're the Formula 1600 New Zealand champion.
Yeah, well, that's right. So that starts, you go back to 2018, 2019. So the start of 2019, we wrapped up the New Zealand Formula 1600 championship at the time, which was just, it was fantastic. Actually, ironically, with Jason Leifting was my engineer that took me to that title, and he's running the Camaro.
Oh, there we go.
So,
wow.
I owe a huge amount to him for that year. And then that leapt off to, from there, we drove the Racer Products Hyundai in the last 2 rounds of the North Island Endurance Series with Jan Rollinson.
Yep.
And yeah, in between the 2 rounds of that, we got so excited by the whole TCR format. We come across a lovely guy by the name of Peter Williams who sort of got behind me and purchased his own Honda with the intentions of running in that championship. So yeah, we ran it in all the Enduros last year and again this year.
Right, great. So we're going to talk about the TCR thing because I really want to get into some detail on that. I just want to make sure that we keep our eye on this Camaro because that smoke seems to be not getting better, and I'd assume they're on the radio, but
yeah,
it's still going. It's still going.
Obviously, they have in the car. There's all sorts of alarms and sensors, so there can't be any real concern at the moment.
No, they would have. You think they would have brought it in because they're not going to run it till it lets go.
That's right.
Okay, so the TCR thing. So tell us a bit about how the TCR specification and why is that so different? What's so exciting about it? Lots of people have heard, the TCRs, but what does that really mean? You know,
I think it's exciting. It sort of brings back a lot of market relevance to the cars that are competing.
Right.
Obviously, those 4-door, 2-litre hatch cars are very popular on the market at the moment. They look fantastic. So there's that excitement with the series, and the fact that it sort of goes back to the earlier days where the cars racing, you can purchase the exact thing on Monday in the showroom.
Right. Yeah.
Like our Honda is a Honda road car. They're built. Each manufacturer or each brand has their own factory that build the cars. So the Honda, for example, is built by JAS Motorsport in Italy.
Yep.
And they start with a production road car shell and build a Honda TCR car from there.
Right. So there's a lot of basically road car parts in them.
Yeah. There is obviously the brake package and the shock absorber package and all sorts of things are they're different, but the general shell of the car, the look of it, it's all very similar. The engine is standard.
Now that smell of oil in our commentary room here is getting stronger, so I'm anticipating that's coming from the Johnny Mack car, unfortunately. But they're still going. So one assumes, they'll be on the radio. So I assume they're comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's a pretty experienced group of guys in there. So
yep. Okay, so the TCR thing, that's exciting because in theory it's there's one on the screen now, of course, the Signature Homes.
Yeah, rescored of Jaden Ramsey.
Yep. So it's almost like a stock road car, but it's got some racy bits on it.
Yeah, for sure.
And aero and brakes and all those things.
Yeah, right. That's right.
And so that makes it, in theory, a little bit more affordable, right?
Yeah, that's the theory is that it's an affordable formula. No form of motorsport's cheap at all.
No.
But it is the cool thing is that there's so many different brands and the balance performance and things they use in the series to bring them all even. It's quite exciting. I was lucky enough to do a round at Queensland Raceway last year with Wall Racing, the Honda dealers there.
Yep.
And it was the whole weekend was a real experience for me.
Yeah,
very enjoyable.
fantastic.
And just the calibre of driver competing in that Australian series as well is exciting.
Right. Okay, the Camaro's into the pits. It's looking like a standard stop. They've got the boot open, so there's still smoke coming out the back of it. Like a lot of smoke coming out the back of it. So that's obviously, it might just be a hose off something like a diff oil cooler or something like that. Yeah.
It looks like they're pressing on.
They're pressing on. I assume that's Nick getting in the car, is it?
Yeah, that's Nick. Johnny bowing him in.
There's quite a bit of smoke in the car as well.
It's hard in there, you know, competing with the smell and everything already, and then.
So the drivers have changed, but the work on the back of the car seems to have slowed down a bit.
They've found something.
They've found something. Man, you don't want to be in there. It's not looking. They're not looking happy. They're not looking happy. That's a real pity. No, shut it down, I think is the message. Okay, that's really sad to see. So that's given the race lead to Heart of Racing. Darren, I think, is still out there. And like I said earlier on, they just needed to bide their time and keep in touch with the Johnny Mac. So they've moved comfortably into the lead, about 30 odd seconds, I'd say. Okay. So now the other exciting news is in 2 weeks' time you're going to be at Levels with
Hayden Paddon.
Hayden Paddon.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, look, it's pretty exciting.
Well, that's that's a sign of respect to you for what you've achieved. That Hayden and you can join up. That's I think it's got to be pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's like hats off to Hayden as well, that he was happy to give a young fella an opportunity. To do that. Obviously, with the elite, non-elite status. He's been deemed an elite driver, I presume, just from what he's achieved overseas and things and rally, but that then limits him on who he can pick to compete with him.
Yeah. But that's why all credit to you, because you've proven yourself. I mean, you're a young fella. You're driving amazingly well, and we saw you driving well today. I mean, where you positioned that car in amongst those Porsches and stuff is a real credit to you and what you've achieved.
Thank you. Yeah, look, it's that hour for sure. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fast cars.
Looks like they're going to put this into the garage and try and fix it. Got the
driver out.
Man, it'll be hot in the back of there, and the risks of something igniting are huge. You've got to keep an eye on it. Okay, someone's kicking up some dust at the hairpin.
Yeah, there's also the limit on how many they can have over the line and things.
So I think they can only have 2 in pit lane, but everyone can work on it in the garage. Is that something like that? There's some rule about it. I see the little Peugeots in there, and the Mark Taylor and Vaughan Maloney cars in the pits as well. So there's a few cars that are struggling, and we're only 1 hour in. We expect to see the pit window open now for these 2 stop cars. So we'll keep an eye on it.
The Hyundai as well.
That's the bonnet up on the Hyundai.
Those poor guys, look at running around, everyone poking in, wanting to know what's
I know. If it's not busy enough in the pits now, and we've got another car coming in. Okay, the Peugeot's out. Never give up, you see. Never give up.
Those 2 boys, unbelievable.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
They're having the most fun. Would you say they're having the most fun?
They're absolutely having the most fun. There's no question about it. And because that was their intention when they arrived.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
Where if they finish in some sort of position it's great, but in reality, they're here to enjoy themselves. And there's lots of people love to see those cars that are further down the grid, the different classes. And I haven't talked much about that, so I apologise to listeners. But we are running 5 different classes of vehicles in this race, so there's actually 5 races going on in one.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why your drive, I thought today was so special, because you were in amongst a lot of guys in a class which, in theory, should have been way ahead of you. And so that's a real tribute to the talent you've got, which is exciting. So we got to keep an eye on you and your career. Where do you hope your career is going to go? What's the plan?
It's so hard to decide at the moment, isn't it? With where the world's at and things like that. For very, very generic, but I just always wanted to be a professional race car driver. So I'm not fussy on where or what we do, but
it's the passion of driving.
That's it. I just want to. That's just what I want to do. But,
okay.
So we're here with Jaden Ransley, who's driving the Signature Homes TCR car. So what's happened?
We got an engine coolant issue, so obviously not good on a hot day like today. So just to be sure, we'll come in and check it over. It's the second time it's happened, so we'll try and go over it and get back out there and get some extra points. But it's not looking good at the moment, so hopefully we can get it fixed.
So basically, you're in your class, you're running pretty good, yeah?
Yeah, we were. We qualified pole in class. We had really good pace yesterday, but same as Tiratonga, we had issues in the race and today. So really unfortunate, because we've had really good speed at both rounds. But hopefully we can come back into the road islands and show what we really can do.
Yeah, very good. And it's just so hot out there, do you think? Is that making a real big issue? Because we've had a lot of cars come in with issues this afternoon.
Yeah, it's obviously really hot. Obviously we all wear cool shirts and stuff, so it keeps it a bit cooler. But when it's like this and you're coming in and not really focusing on the actual racing, it's a bit annoying, because you're not focusing on racing and you're focusing on the heat that you've got inside the car. So hopefully we can get back out there and truck on for the rest of the race.
Well, good luck, and hopefully you can make it through to the end. So back to Victor.
Okay. Well, so a bit going on there with the Signature Homes TCR car. There's a few cars in the pits, not just for pit stops, but for just technical issues by the look of it. But that harder racing, Aston Martin, is still going strong. And look at the lead, 34 seconds from the Mercedes, with same engine, pretty much just different aero,
Yeah, unbelievable.
So they're 1 hour 12 in. You'd have to question, can they do a one stop?
Yeah, I don't know. 1:12 in. They're obviously trying.
Yeah. Okay, we're going back to the pits.
So we're here with Kate Patton. I know she's been walking the lane. There's been quite a few retirements and mechanicals. So what ones have you seen, and what can you give us some info on?
Well, if we start at one end of the pits and walk away through the other, so we've got the Hammer car, the John McIntyre car. They were obviously out on the track and they were smoking quite a lot. They thought they were dropping oil, but it's a hot dip apparently. It came in, it was still just as smoky, so they put it in the garage, but I don't know whether that's a retirement or it'll be back on the track, I'm not sure. The Class A guys, the Taylor and Maloney car, they're back in the garage. They had contact with the number 10 Audi earlier, and it was damaged that they tried to fix, and I don't know why they're back in, but I'm guessing it's rubbing or it's just not playing ball anymore. Behind us we've got the preschool Jaden Ransley TCR back in the pits. I know they had dramas last round, and I don't know whether it's the same thing, but I saw a whole lot of water coming out of that earlier, so they're parked up. We've got our President car right beside us here. He's in the pits. Diff again, gearbox again. It seems to be the problem of the weekend. So that's the Diffie O'Donnell Porsche. We've got a car coming backwards down pit lane, which is a bit weird. The
Okay, we've just got some cars coming in left, right, and centre, so we'll just find a safe space. Sorry, we just got the pit lane was getting pretty busy there, and we were getting moved left, right, and centre. So it looks like it's cleared up a bit. Well, that got a bit exciting, didn't it, Kate? We got moved out of the way by, I don't know what this V-Dub's doing. I think they're pushing it back to their pit.
Yeah, the Moore and Mackesy TCR were just here doing a pit stop, and then they went to leave and it wouldn't turn on, and then they obviously got it going, but I don't know, more dramas. But as we were standing there, the number 1 Audi is back on the track, I see. So they were in the pits earlier with dramas, so they're our, last year's champion. They unfortunately won't be able to continue the championship anymore, but at least they're back on the track. So Johnny Reid was saying earlier the focus is now the New Zealand champs, but it's good to see them on the track again.
Yeah, they broke an axle, so they've obviously changed that axle out and gone back out again. It looks like some more teams are getting ready for pit stops, so we'll cut back to Victor. Hopefully Victor's done some good giveaways. And remember, there's a phone number on screen and there's lots of things to give away if you're watching this afternoon. So basically, we'll go back to you, Victor, and then we're going to see some more pit stops for refueling and tyres coming in very soon.
Okay, and right, where are we at? We're just coming up to, we're not far off the halfway mark, and we've got the Darren Kelly and Alex Riveros leading the race, and of course leading the E-Class from Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy, and then Brendan Leach and Christine West in third. Now in fourth place overall is leading the D-Class, and that's Anthony Lees and Paul Kelly, and behind them in the D-Class, and then sixth place overall is the Barrett Frew car. So then we go down to the C-Class, which is Scott and Craig McDermott in the Toyota 86. It's got a V8 in it, that thing.
Yeah.
And I felt sorry for them because they headed down to Taratonga. I think they practiced on the Friday, and then they had issues with a sensor on the crankshaft, and in order to change it you have to take the crankshaft out, and so they didn't even get on the grid for Saturday. So that was a good trip to Invercargill with no points. And they are followed in C-Class by the Sylvester Perkins car. And we go down to B-Class, which is of course the 2 litre to 3.5 litre, the Moore Mackesy car, which we just we've got Gould Ransley.
So I think there's Rowan Shepherd and Lachlan, are they further up the field?
Are they further up?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Track Tech Audi.
Hold on. In the B-Class. Oh, yep. Shepherd, Fitzgerald. Yep. So, and they're in 9th place and running a B-Class car as well. That is the Audi S3 LMS TCR. So they're good little cars, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. The TCRs are a good way to put a thorn in the Porsches and the quicker gear. They run really well through the infield here. The straights are just a little bit long,
Yeah. So you don't get that same sort of real fast speed and power, but through that infield they just handle it. So they should go well. We'd expect to see them go well in Timaru levels as well.
Yeah, that's been my thought from the start. That would be one that I think will suit it. For this morning's race in the hour, I would have been chuffed with the top 10 originally hitting in.
Yeah.
And then the boys was just so clever with that safety car window, which leapt us up a little bit. And then I sort of was thinking of saving tyres and things. And when I seen how strong we were looking overall, stuff it, So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Excellent. So, were you paying for the tyres?
Yeah.
Oh, you were?
I was, yeah.
Oh, man. We'll just talk to Dad.
Well, I think that wallet might be drying up. He said he'd just go out back and pluck some more notes off the money tree. But,
Did he?
Yeah, he hasn't told me where that is yet.
No, he doesn't let you near it. No, funny that. So, and then second in B-Class then is currently the Mackesy Good car. And then A-Class, because there's been a few A-Class, which is the under 2 litre. We've got Simon's Berry car, which is the Honda Integra, the silver and blue one. So that's pretty cool for them. They'll be very happy with that, followed by the Haycoop and Cooley car, and they'll be more than happy with that as well in a Toyota Corolla. So a couple of the B-Class cars, a couple of the A-Class cars rather, have had some issues. Obviously the little Peugeot, the Taylor Maloney car has had some issues and is still in the pits. So, and they're 26 laps down. So, right, we've got the race leaders about to come in, by the look of it. Heart of Racing, Aston Martin. We're 1 minute 19 into the race. So, what I don't know is it 2 stop? Is it 1 stop? Or is it 1 stop and a splash? We've got Alex Riberas there waiting to jump in the car. Here they come. Beautiful looking car. And to Darren's credit, he's driven incredibly well. I mean, the guy's used to going sideways.
Yeah.
And he's gone out there and he's done an hour and 20 and he's 40 seconds ahead of Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy. And Dwayne's no slug around.
No, that's right. He's been around a long time.
He's been around a long time. Now I'm assuming that Dwayne was in the car, but if it was, and when Murph gets in the car, he's going to be going right.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me prove that that the old guy still got it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I refer to him as what's his name? Old man. He's like all these young boys coming through.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm sure Greg will be motivated to get in the car. That looked like a pretty good stop.
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Those international motorsport boys, they do a good job. Really.
Yeah, they do. They had a couple of moments in Teretonga, which was interesting. I mean, not necessarily their fault, but the Aston and the Audi came in. The Audi was in front, and it just picked up the rattle gun pipe and wrapped it around its rear wing as they came into the pits, which could have been very messy. And luckily, it didn't break anything, but it provided a bit of action there for a few minutes.
Oh, for sure.
So the Carters, Mercedes has taken the lead. There we've got Grant Sylvester.
Is this a driver change? Or?
Looks like a driver change. It's Grant, I think, getting into the car because pretty sure Grant's overalls are the white colour.
Right.
Oh no, there's that Grant there. Yeah, that's Grant. He's got out.
They've supported this series for a long time too.
They have, yeah. Gave away a couple of their T-shirts earlier on, I think. So the Sylvester company have been around obviously a long time. They've supported this series. Wonderful campaigners, great guys.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen. But as is your dad's been around a bit as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah. So
and he's a huge amount of respect for your dad because he's helped us out because he fits that category, right? We had some problems in Teretonga and it's your dad that's the one that goes, I've got one of those.
He certainly likes to have a few spares of this and that, so it's unreal. Unreal who he's been able to help over the years. It's just never changed. Like I've been growing up around classic motorsport mainly since I was a young fella, and just always I just idolised the guy, Well, one because he's my dad, but two with things like that. And even I remember the last South Island karting champs I'd done. One of the guys we were competing with launched an engine early in the day, and Dad proceeded to take one of our spares over and give it to them so they could finish the event.
Fantastic. Yeah. So a great mentor. Okay, who have we got coming in now? Are they ready for the?
Murphy in.
There's Murphy. Right, things about to get interesting, aren't they? Here comes the Carters Mercedes, and they've been obviously just watching to see when that Heart of Racing car was going to pit.
That's a new Mercedes too, yeah?
This is it's actually the 2019 body, but it's got all the new 2020 gear in it, yeah. It's a lovely, lovely car.
Yeah, isn't it good?
It's just, something else. Right, let's watch this pit stop. Changing 4 tyres. Those ones are toast. Dwayne will be getting out. He'll be a bit exhausted. He's done well. We've got a change the seat because Greg's actually quite tall.
Yeah, he is.
and slim. You know, he looks like a proper race car driver, whereas Dwayne looks more like a race car owner. He's a bit rounder, you know. So
my dad calls that a manager's body.
A manager's body, is it?
Right,
yeah, okay. So there's no mistaking that helmet. And this is about to get exciting. We're going to watch, a true New Zealand motorsport legend around the circuit at Ruapuna. There he goes, Greg Murphy. I never thought I'd see the day where I was commentating and Greg Murphy was racing.
Yeah, well, there you go, mate.
It's something quite special.
Put that on the CV, eh?
Yeah. I don't know who would want to see the CV, but it's good to have it on there.
Actually, I don't. I grew up watching him in the supercars and stuff, so it was a bit good.
Oh, so you're commentating him as well now?
Yeah, that's quite.
Yeah, it's like the two of us are so similar in many ways. Oh, except you've got more trophies.
Maybe.
Than me.
Yeah, just maybe. Who knows?
Right, so he'll need to take it easy for a bit. The brakes sort of cooled down a bit, and he's got fresh rubber on. So let's keep an eye on him. Be interesting to see how far back they are. They were about 40 seconds before the pit stops all happened. And Greg flew in, I think, last night, so he didn't even do any testing yesterday. It was either last night or this morning.
I seen him this morning with a backpack on, rocking in. You know?
Yeah. So I don't think it even sat in this car.
You think it'll be all right then? I think it'll be all right.
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah.
If we had, we could give him a call. You could give him a few tips.
I don't think he'd even answer the phone.
He wouldn't answer the phone. He might not hear it over the stereo.
Yeah, maybe that.
I know the Peugeot's got the sounds going on in there. They've still got the stereo system.
I know Timo put an onboard of a pit stop up with the helmet cam on it a while ago, and the stereo going, and then they pull out, shut the car off, pull the key out of the ignition to open the fuel cap and refuel.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It's really old school. Okay, so that's interesting because now we've got the Leach or West cars jumped up into second place.
Have they pitted?
Maybe they haven't. I would think they probably haven't. There they are there. So we've got our eye on them. So our race director's probably assuming they're going to be pitting now. So interesting that these cars have gone to just about halfway. Oh, we've got a car slow. It looks like it stopped down after turn 1 before the... oh, no, it's actually after the... where is it? It is heading up to the hairpin. Yeah, safety car's on track. Now, that makes things a little bit interesting, doesn't it? So... that makes things very interesting, that little Toyota Corolla. And they were going so well. They were in, I think, second in class. No, third in class. Second in class. Yeah, they were second in class. So that's really disappointing. I wonder what's happened there. I wonder if have they just run out of fuel, maybe? Okay, we're down in the pits. Things looking like they're going to get busy. Safety car's out. We're just about halfway, and you'd expect to see a bit of activity, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like the perfect storm. Here comes the Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly Porsche into the pits. This has worked out very well for them.
Yeah, they're doing a good job today.
Doing a good job, yeah.
Away.
Yep, and no consideration for the sign. And that's Anthony out, Paul in. They have to lube up the thing the bars so he can squeeze through.
I don't know, mate.
Because Paul's a bit round, isn't he?
Well, he's been around the block a few
He's been
times,
around the
hasn't
block.
he?
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. I wasn't.
Be careful, I'm going to get mugged when I walk out of Australia.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going out through the back way through where the drag guys come in. Okay, that's a pretty good pit stop. And Paul's lit it up. Better be careful, Paul. They got the radar gun down there.
Got the Audi TCR in
Yep,
there too.
the Audi TCR's coming in. Is that...
So they got Lachlan in and they're going to put Rowan in.
Yep.
Rowan's done a wee bit overseas in TCR too, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he can't quite remember the team name, but he drove a Volkswagen. I'm sure he went to Spa.
Right,
and obviously
okay.
all of his plans cancelled as well with what's going on around the world.
Yeah, it's really upset things a bit, hasn't it? So they are currently leading the B class. And where are they? And they've got a comfortable lead, actually. It's about 3 laps. So they've got time.
Is that fuel done already? Wow.
Fuel done already, that's good.
Still doing the wheels on the front.
Have they got a problem on the front? Yeah, they've dropped the car too soon, I think. Yeah, that wheel's not on. So the TCRs don't have like single. They've got the 5.
No, they're still 5 stud.
5 studs.
So that's again, so I guess that production car.
Right.
Road car.
Yep.
Look to it, but yeah, you got to be clever in that pit stop to get that right. Very easy to get it wrong.
Yeah, you don't want to rush them.
Yeah, for sure. And then you're looking at strip threads where you got 5 opportunities to do it. You know?
Okay, the Peugeot's in and it's pulling into the garage again. So those boys have had a tough day. Okay. So we've now got Marco Schelp, the winner of the 1 hour in the commentary box as well. Welcome, Marco. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you yet.
You can't hear me?
No, not in the.
Not in the headphones.
Not in the headphones.
Okay, we'll sort that out.
Yeah.
Marco.
Now.
Okay, maybe just sing a little bit would be good.
Hello, hello.
A little song.
Hello.
A little song for. Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations. I mean, a start to finish textbook race by you.
Yeah, well, it was a good race. It
was a
fun.
good race.
Yeah, after a year being 8 months in Germany, not racing, only go-karting, it was nice to be back in my Porsche. It's like my living room.
Yep.
Because I own it since 2013, I think. And
Okay.
I did 8th overall in the 24 hours at Nürburgring with it, so I love this car.
Yeah.
And it's good to drive. It's so much fun.
The car looked stable. Everything looked like it was working perfectly. Which is what you need to be able to go from start to finish.
Well, I renewed the whole car because I lost a bit of track of runtime, and I didn't know the components, how old they are.
Right.
So I just did the whole suspension new. The engine is new after the breakdown last year. I had an engine failure, and so gearbox, everything was new.
Right.
So that it drives like a new Cup S, and it's a 2009 car.
Yep. Wow. So now, it was only, a year or so ago you had the BMW down at Teretonga, you had problems with that.
Yeah, that was a sad story. We tried to be better than BMW, which didn't work out. Well, by doing instead of a 4.4, a stroke 4.8, which broke down and pressed all the oil, and that caused the fire. And yeah, at the moment, Z4 is in Auckland with Richard Moss, and gets a new loom, and the engine is on its way in a boat.
Okay, so rebuilding that car.
Yeah, rebuilding it. It's a beautiful car. I just love the
car.
sound. I love the shape. It's just one of the Gen 2 GT3 cars, which can't compete with the R8 or the Aston.
Right.
But it's just beautiful. It drives. It's crazy. This car I love it. It's good.
So we'll see that back.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with it because it's hard. It's really expensive to run.
Is it?
And well, you have to look a little bit after the money as well.
Yeah,
Family, 4 kids.
Yeah.
So, and a wife. So.
Okay, so we've got the interesting thing is that when we talk about this Aston that's in the pits at the moment, we refer to it as the slow one.
Yeah, the GT4.
The GT4. But it's still a lovely car, isn't it? It's,
Well, the GT4s, the idea was to have an amateur class, and the GT3s. If you look at the GT3s, it's monsters for an amateur. I think there are some good amateurs who are capable to drive them well.
Yep.
But if I see Nordschleife, they are wealthy people jumping in a GT3 car, not really doing what they, not really knowing what they do, and they're fast to a point.
Yeah.
But they still don't feel what they do, and that's the very dangerous stuff about it. You know, sometimes you had people, they braked when I was still shifting, so you don't expect an Audi R8 braking on this point, and so it gets dangerous.
It gets dangerous. Yeah. Yep. So how did you find it out there today, though? I mean, in the race today, there's a lot of traffic, 42 cars, different speeds.
That's my main skill set,
right?
Because I raced a lot of races in VLN and 24 hours at Nordschleife, and you have the 318i BMWs with 150, 160 horsepower.
Yep.
And when I started, we had those little Suzuki Swifts with us.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Suzuki Swifts, and we were in a Cup Porsche or in a fast BMW, so you had to read them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the skill set I know, and it's more busy over here.
Yeah.
Because at Nordschleife you have sometimes some gaps where you are able to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
But here it's all the time.
It's all the time.
44 cars.
Okay, just very quickly, the lights are out on the pace car, so we're about to go racing again. I see there's 8.8 seconds from between first and second. So the Mercedes, you can see it 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 cars back. So Greg Murphy's going to have that Aston Martin in his sights, and it's going to be who's going to hit the gas pedal first. So right, the Aston's gone. He says, I'm not going to wait around. The light's green. There's no need to wait for you guys, and he's gone. So we're back in racing after a window of pit stops, and we're halfway through. So interesting. It's going to be interesting. There's a few cars that pitted in that 1 minute 20, which is possibly a bit early, so there could be a bit of action in the last half hour of this race with some splash and dash for fuel, and especially if we keep closing the grid up like this, because it's going to mean more fuel use during this next hour than maybe some guys would want to use, so they're going to be forced to put a bit more in, so it could get very interesting as we go on. So sorry, back to you.
No worries, that's the main thing. And I really like to see it. It's all about tactics and fuel consumption and tire wear.
Yeah.
And it's just great having this 3-hour format over here with free. Well, and you see cars which usually are that I just talked to Gilbert because about the Gilberts and Camaro. They are balance of performance in Europe.
Yeah.
So all the components are made for a certain amount of torque and horsepower.
And whatever.
So when you open them up, they're really quick, but it's the whole drivetrain you have to strengthen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's everything in it.
It's everything in the car. Brakes, drivetrain, and the tiny tracks. They're not helping.
No.
Over here.
No.
You know, it's not flowing tracks. It's demanding very old style tracks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And that's where, this track compared with Taronga, the Porsche is probably a little bit more comfortable here, is it? Do you find that?
Oh, comfortable. A Porsche with a handle is not comfortable. A Porsche with pedal shift is comfortable. I would name it sometimes. I got a bit bored about the newer cars. I like the handle.
Yeah. It's proper. It's
cool.
real.
It's more going on, and you start sweating fast, and
So we're not going to see you in an electric race car anytime soon.
What did you say? What?
No. Sorry, I
had bad reception.
We'll bleep that out. We'll bleep that out.
Okay.
I was told no profanities on the. Now, what about this young guy here?
I'm sorry. Well, I just told my kids. Well, I ruined the world. Part of it, you have to fix it.
Yeah, that's right. You've given them a legacy to go and repair. Now, what about this young fella here? Yeah, a B-class car, and he was right up in the top 10.
Yeah, cool.
It's strong. It was good.
It's strong.
I knew we were going to catch Marco in his Porsche, but
Yeah, it's nice. We were the first non-Porsche home, which is nice in the wee Honda. But
yeah,
I thought the because you would have been going through the back markers as well. I think they do a pretty good job. Yeah, like through all the classes, the traffic is pretty good. I think.
Yeah, it's really good. They do a good job. They stay on the line. There are only 1 or 2 cars, but you know them.
Yeah.
You know, you approach them the first time, you see, oh fuck, he's going in the middle of the track. Come on, wait. Okay, be patient.
This just for listeners, the spelling of that word is PHUQ. It's German for oh dear me or something like that. PHUQ, yeah. So I was just clarifying a few things on, because we're on the wireless with pictures, you know. Anyway. Okay, the Peugeot's back out there again. That's good to see.
I love the Peugeot. They're those two guys, Timo, and I love them.
Yeah.
Did you hear the ear horn before as they were coming? They must have been coming back out of the pits, and the horn was sounding.
They
actually, I thought about joining them for a race.
You should,
because that's what I ever wanted to do, a slower car with the fast cars.
Yeah. You know what? These guys at the back really have to drive. You know, like they corner speed, carrying momentum, and all that sort of stuff. You know, when you look at them on TV, you think, they're going slow, but they really have to work hard to get the maximum out of next to nothing, right?
Yeah.
So it's quite a challenge to drive those slow cars around here quickly.
Oh, they do such a good job of getting out of the way of the
and getting out of the way. Yeah.
They would be the best ones, but they spend so much time on the marbles as well. So you're continuing with that pickup and everything else as well.
Yeah.
But they're heroes. Yeah. In my opinion.
Timo's my hero.
Timo,
he's a good lad. I was talking earlier with Chris Dunn about the ethos of the South Island Endurance Series, and he had a picture last night of Timo, two pit garages along, with his head down in the bonnet of a competitor's car, helping fix the car. And it wasn't just another competitor, it was a competitor in his class, So, these guys, and I think it's the same right throughout the series, they really want to race against people on the track. They don't want to beat them because they're in the pits. It's a really good character of driver that we've attracted.
When I saw the Mustang coming on the track after repairing the diff, I was happy about it.
Yeah.
I was sad when he left.
He left again.
And Russell Mackenzie got my tire warmers for quali. so that's the spirit, you help each other. You want competition. It's fine if you're second. So what?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a chocolate fish.
Yeah.
This series is like that camaraderie, because they have the Friday night function where you see everyone and you meet.
Sorry,
very social.
Yeah. But it does well. They all help each other. They all get on. And it's still very competitive as well. So.
Yep.
And if you see all the GT3 cars, wow.
Yeah, it's world class. I mean, you've been to Germany. I mean, these are the same cars that you've seen over there, right?
And here you see which car is the best engineered,
right?
Because they're open, they're not balanced. If you see all the struggle they have, well, it makes good fields and different brands winning, but it's a lot of politics as well.
Okay.
And the engineers build a beautiful car, a fast car, then they get restrictor and some weight in, and they're as fast as the slowest.
Right.
What's the point? It's competition about not only the drivers.
Yeah.
It's also about engineering, and that's what I like. I really appreciate all the garage built cars. I have an E46 GTR BMW, which is only 10 or 15 cars built in different specs from one garage, and I love also the engineering. It's great. Think about what to improve, and a Porsche is kind of boring in this case because you just order parts and that's it. They run.
I'd say you'd probably like this, Marco. We got Dad obviously done a bit of racing when I was growing up. He's got an ex Schnitzer Works E30 M3.
Oh wow!
And the engineering in that is just amazing.
That's amazing. But that's no cars to race every day because they're too expensive to redo. That's the
right.
problem.
I think he did put it on the market recently, but I don't know if he fully wants to part with it. It's sitting in because when it raced with Johnny Cicotto in it, I
Oh,
think,
yeah,
in
wow.
the DDM Championship.
Cool.
And it was Michael Schumacher took it out, so he was
Really?
going to win, and he got taken out at the final in Hockenheim. And then it come to New Zealand and won the Wellington Street Race at 90,
Yeah.
and then ended up in Australia. So it's still in its Australian Diet Coke livery from when Jeff Full run it, but
that's great.
still got all the history. You know?
It's when you look after famous cars there in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Bruce Miles, he got a the Jägermeister one with
Yeah.
Goldie von Bayern on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
My mate Christian Menzel drove it in the DTM.
Yeah, wow.
That's E36. And it was funny, and Christian said to me, "Hey, buy it, it's my car."
Yeah, really?
I said, "Well, I can't afford it." Bruce is crazy. with
It's a lovely
prices.
car, that too, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a lovely car.
It's a lovely car.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 16 seconds. So Alex Riberas in the heart of racing Aston Martin. He's just pulling away quite nicely. Murph's doing okay though. Got to remember he hasn't probably raced for a while.
Yeah, I know his name. I don't know him, but he did quite a lot. I think he did Carrera Cup as well.
He's Ronan's old man. Greg Murphy. He's Ronan's old man.
I'm surprised they even let you in the borders not knowing who Greg Murphy is.
Did they not ask you? Was that question not on the customs list when you come in?
Yeah.
He's a New Zealand legend. But anyway, so these guys are going very well. Settling down. We're an hour 45, so we've got an hour 15 to go. I don't know what the temperature's like out there, but I can imagine it's hot. The temperature gauge here says 16 degrees. I'm pretty sure it's more than that. Still a big crowd around the track.
Do you run a cool suit in the Porsche?
Sorry?
Do you run a cool suit in the Porsche?
I have my own opinion about cool suits, okay?
Oh, yeah?
But my mates know what I'm saying about it. I can't say it now, it's too official.
We get in trouble.
I can get in trouble, yeah.
Okay, so folks, the live stream's brought to you today by Heart of Racing. We've talked about them a bit. I'm not going to stop talking about them because they've truly blessed us. They've blessed our motorsport fans with supporting the live stream. Thanks to Gabe for your contribution to not only the live stream but the motorsport in New Zealand and this beautiful car that we're seeing leading the race here, this Aston Martin. Beautiful, beautiful Aston Martin. Right, we're going to run another competition very quickly because, no we're not, we're going...
So we're here down with Darren Kelly. You've had a great stint out there. It's a pretty hot, fast race. I mean, talk us through your race so far.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty warm out there today. We knew coming down here this weekend it was going to be a lot hotter than when we were at Tiratonga, and same with Hampton. There was track temperatures and everything were a lot cooler. So yeah, mainly just trying to find a good race pace, settle in, try to get into running up the front, and just try to put some distance on everyone else, and then hand the car over to Alex and see what he can do.
So the car's running really well. I mean, you've found a whole lot of pace from your practice yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, unfortunately we've been having a little bit of an issue with the car at the last round, and it was really hurting us in the race, and the guys have been working around the clock to get it sorted, and yesterday I think they've got it nailed now, and the car feels amazing. Setup wise feels amazing. They've done an amazing job this whole weekend, and yeah, it's given us a good car for the race and gives us the confidence as drivers to just focus on what we need to do and go out there and try to put it up the front somewhere.
So the transition from drifting, you know, the New Zealand Drift Champ, to circuit racing, talk us through that.
Yeah, it's been a massive learning curve for me, amazing learning curve for me. A lot to learn. I've had an amazing teacher with Alex, just showing me the basics and how to get comfortable in the car, and then he's trusted me a lot to really just find the limits, and I think that's what's transitioned over from drifting, is that we drive our cars on the limit all the time, and I found when I get in this car I can really sort of settle in and just feel what the car's doing underneath you, and then it's all just focusing on looking at the data, seeing what Alex is doing differently, and trying to then learn the strategy of how to get around the track faster, how to approach certain corners, braking points, cornering enduring speed, and just trying to learn the rest of it.
And how have you found, I mean, obviously you're new to the circuit racing community here in New Zealand. I mean, how have you found the sort of, I guess, vibe of the circuit racing community?
Yeah, well, today's the first day we're allowed full crowd back at one of the races, and if you look around, there's people all around the circuit, massive amount of crowd here, so it's an awesome atmosphere. All the teams are super friendly.
I trust them.
It's a really cool environment, and I think that's what New Zealand motorsport is all about. We found with drifting, it's one big family, and you come down here and it's the same sort of vibe. Everyone's mates at the end of the day, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And so tell me, I mean, how did you first get involved with the harder racing?
Well, we actually gave them the experience of drifting when they came over here for a short trip for a holiday, and we got to know each other, and yeah, they invited me up to Daytona where we went to the 24-hour Rolex race, and met Alex and the rest of the team up there, and they came back down here again in March, and we gave Alex the experience of drifting and got him behind the wheel, and he done an amazing job for his first time in that discipline as well. And from there, the pandemic hit, and they decided to sort of stay a little bit longer and just see how things go. And yeah, 6 months later, we're here, and we decided to bring a car down here and partner with Starship and see if we can run a similar program down here in New Zealand to support the hospital and fundraise some money. So it's a really good cause, and it's awesome to be a part of.
So Alex earlier on said that you'd put some funding together for an ICU unit or something like that. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so what we're doing is raising money in support of the Starship ICU intensive care. So that's all the money that we raise goes towards that department, and we're working really closely with them. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up that we're going to try to include them in a lot of things, and the hospital itself. So really looking forward to some of the things that we've got coming up.
And so if people want to find out about that, where do they go?
So we've got a New Zealand website, theharderracing.co.nz. Also all our social medias, Instagram, YouTube and Facebook, and we put a lot of content out on there. There's also Alex and my own Instagram and Facebook that we try to push all of the content that we do to keep everyone updated and try to keep everyone in the loop of what's going on, and hopefully we can start seeing a lot more people at events and yeah, sharing the experience with everyone.
Of course, we have to thank the Harder Racing for the broadcast we've been able to put on today, and that's a really generous sponsorship to help us raise the profile of the sport and be able to be live, which is really brilliant to be able to do and fun for us to make.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing being able to show not only New Zealand but people all around the world. There's a lot of supporters of the Harder Racing, of the series, and there's a lot of coverage that we wanted to sort of show the rest of the world. And yeah, it's awesome that we're able to do that, and yeah, it's a cool feeling.
Well, we've natted on for quite a long time, so I guess we should get back to Victor Catamol. I think he's giving away some more prizes. Hopefully he's getting a few phone calls there, so back to you, Victor.
Okay, so we've got just over an hour to go, so it's time we gave away some tyres, $1,000 worth of tyres from Carter's Tyres. Now the Carter family have been in tyres for quite some time. They contribute a huge amount to New Zealand motorsport and to this series. There's the beautiful Carter's Mercedes right there now with Greg Murphy at the wheel. So I've got $1,000 worth of tyres to give away. So what I need people to do is you need to jump onto the Carter's Tyres website, because you're going to need some information to text to me. And what I want to know is the name of the founder of Carter's Tyres and the number of their car. And it will be, I'll give you a clue, the 19th text message that I receive, it's going to win $1,000 worth of tyres from Carter's. So go. There we go. That'll keep everyone busy for a bit. Let's have a look at who's winning the classes. Alex Riberas, Darren Kelly, E-Class, and leading the race, followed by Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy. The D-Class, always hotly contended, Anthony Lees and Paul Kelly. And they're ahead of Aaron Slight and And who is it? Tell me. Shane Helms in the D class. The C class, Scotty McDermott and Craig McDermott currently leading over the Davies Mitchell car, and Sylvester Perkins has dropped back a bit. They may have had a few issues, but they're all still running. The B class, Rowan Shepherd and the Fitzgerald car, followed by Mackesy Good. And then in the A class, always hotly contested. It looks like there's a few cars out. There's 2 cars left in the A class. Can you believe it? It's Simonsbury and then Stanton Tremaine still going. So that little Peugeot that's had a few problems is now running second in class still. So there you go. That's the class leaders. So it's still 1 hour to go. Anything could happen. How are we going on the text messages? You've got the number. If you're texting, well, you don't really text from overseas for this one, sorry. But for the other competitions, if you're texting from overseas, the New Zealand code is +64, and then the number without the 0, so 27 whatever. So +64 27 whatever. Okay. Keep texting, guys, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, no, it hasn't been one yet. Keep texting. Have another go. $1,000 worth of tyres. Wouldn't go wrong. Who's going to be the winner? Now the Carter family, this is a family business. They so all those Carter outlets throughout the country, all owned by that family. They are a great family. They really share the ethos of what the whole endurance series is about as well, right? The benefit of going into Carter's tyres, because you've got so many choices when you go to buy tyres, is that you're going to get pretty much good, honest advice. I mean, 80% of their business is actually to the commercial sector. So the thing about that is that when businesses rely on a company like that, they have to meet certain criteria. They know they're going to get good advice, they're going to get good service, they're going to get sold a quality product, because now with things like a lot of business people here, you can't afford to have a health and safety issue. You can't afford to have a cheap item on a bit of machinery that goes wrong. So the Carter's tyres, they've built up that brand by providing quality advice, quality service. So if you are in business and you need tyres, that's the place to go. If you've got family in your car that you love and care about, that's the place to go, because you want to make sure your car is safe and on the right tyres. So when you go in there, mention that you're an avid follower of the South Island Endurance Series, and I'm sure they will look after you. And I'm sure we've got a winner now, because the text messaging is going crazy. So thanks to all those that have messaged in. Lots of right answers, which is fantastic. And I will contact someone this evening to tell them that they've won $1,000 worth of tyres and how you can claim them. We've still got some more stuff to give away, so don't worry. And we've got 1 hour to go. And I've still got Marco and Jordan with me. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. Right. It's the medication, you know. Right, the lead is 25 seconds. And then the Leach or West car in there. They will be happy with that, because it's about a 2014 car, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Gen 2. I categorize them Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 GT3 cars.
Yeah.
If you look at my Cup S, it's a GT3 car.
Yeah.
It's a GT3 015. It's the homologation number.
Yeah, okay.
It was in 2009. It was one of the first GT3 cars.
Right.
Porsche built, and GT3 was supposed to be a better affordable class.
Right.
For amateurs. Which turned out into a nightmare.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look at the cars and what you pay for them,
Yeah.
it's quite a good
Yeah. So there's no doubt that some of these teams are spending quite a bit for the weekend.
Oh,
that's,
yes.
That's normal.
Oh, yes.
But then there's other teams that are spending not much as well, and they're still circulating.
And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. You have the amateurs with the Toyota Starlet.
Yeah.
The Toyota Starlet. In the 1 hour.
Yeah.
Well, the boyfriend of my daughter has its Toyota Starlet, and he loves Toyota Starlet.
Yeah.
And I made a contact with them,
Yeah.
and they're happy. They're happy as. It's just they enjoy the day like us, like everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a GT3 or Toyota Starlet.
Yeah, that's right.
We race together.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have fun.
And then you have a beer together afterwards.
Beautiful day. I always say it's another day in paradise.
Exactly. So, what's next for you, Marco? You're back here. Obviously, 2 weeks in time you'll be at Levels.
I'm back here since 2 weeks.
Okay, we're gonna pass over to the pits again, I think.
Yeah.
Adam.
So here we're with John McIntyre, the driver of the Hammer Camaro. What happened, mate?
Oh, we've effectively lost all the oil out of the diff, so we're about to have a major diff failure. So much so that it melted the alternator belt. So we're not going any further forward than 65 minutes, unfortunately, today.
So the first 65 minutes were pretty bloody good for you, though, weren't they?
Yeah, it was good. We're keeping a little bit up our sleeve there. We weren't pushing too hard, so we were doing it pretty comfortably. But this is a thing we've got to try and get to 3 hours, and we know the reason why. We already know what that is, so we'll fix that and go forward with a lot of pace that we found overnight, that we brought in this morning, and look forward to Timaru, which we love the circuit that suits the car.
Well, we know that, you've done a lot of work on the car, and often you do get these teething issues. I mean, hats off to you guys for the work you've done, and everyone really wants to see you get there and get that 3 hours, It's there's a lot of people batting for you, so we really do appreciate that you spend so much time and effort to make this car come out. It looks great, it sounds great, that 8-litre V8's incredible. So, next time.
Next time, there's always next time in this motor racing. It's a hard game, and when you finally get a result, you'll know about it.
Yeah, and you've got a great crew of guys, and it's I know it's hard for them too. And you've got some really smart guys. Everyone's batting for you because we know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, if we were slow, then we wouldn't be here, right? So we know we're fast. We've just got to get it to 3 hours, and we could be somewhere.
All right, John. Well, we'll see you at Timaru. Some work to do, and hopefully it can bring it home next time.
Yeah, thanks to all of our sponsors and all the supporters watching as well. We'll see you at Timaru.
And Simon's feeling okay?
He'll be fine for Timaru, I'm sure. So it was great that Nick came in, did the job in practice and qualifying this morning, did an excellent job. So nice to have a backup.
Great. All right. Thanks, John. So, that's John McIntyre. The Camaro's retired for the day, so we'll go back to Victor, and he will have some more prizes.
Okay. Thanks, Adam. Pit main straight looks empty. I can tell you that doesn't mean there's no action going on. See? Settling in, we're 1 hour to go, just under 1 hour to go. Still, how many cars running? We've got 17 cars running, so a few casualties, there's a few cars in the pits. We're probably not going to see some of them out again. That's endurance racing though. That is endurance racing. Just waiting. I've messaged the winner of the tyres. I'm waiting to hear back who they are, so check your phones if you've got a text message from me. Message me back so I can announce to everyone we have a winner. Someone will be excited. They'll be running around the house celebrating. looking at the Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly Porsche. That'll be Paul running in it. They're running a strong 4th position. That's good going for a Class D car.
Yeah, and I hope they do the 1 hour in Timaru.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think about it.
Okay.
Doing the 1
yeah,
and the 3 hour.
the car is strong.
Yeah, the car is strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Gen 2 Cup Porsche, which
Right.
has 4 liter and direct injection. So
Yeah.
they would keep me on the toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you feeling confident about Timaru?
I'm fine with Timaru. Yeah. I won last year.
Yeah, good point. So, yeah, well done. Tim Leonard from Timaru. There we go. Winner of $1,000 worth of Carter's Tyres. Congratulations to Tim Leonard of Timaru. I will contact you tonight and organise how we get those tyres or that voucher for tyres to you. Congratulations.
There's Timo.
Timo's still going, running second in class because interestingly, what we've referred to as the hand grenade class is still going. Okay, we're going to cut down to the pits. Adam.
So we're here with Christina West, who did the first stint in the Dale ITM Audi. Christina, you came into that splash and down. Was that a strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd worked out before the start of the race that if we got a safety car within the first 70, we'd do a splash and dash and then go on from there. So we were kind of fortunate with the second safety car that it fell our way, and so we're now P3 and fingers crossed.
And so how was the car? I know yesterday you were telling me that it was pretty hard to drive, so today?
She was a bit of a handful, but unfortunately I got tied up with that incident between the number 10 Audi and that Honda, and I damaged the side pod where the cooling goes for the gearbox, so we've got a bit of an overheating gearbox at the moment, so I had to nurse it in the last bit of my stint, and B's just been told to start nursing it now and drive to a number so we don't have to push it.
Right, so you guys will make it to the end from here?
Fingers crossed. B drives to a number, we should be right, but we're 2 laps up on the next competitor, so a splash and dash is not going to do us any harm.
You won't try cutting it fine, will you?
Oh, yes, we're so good at that.
And so basically just under an hour to go, right? I mean, you just sit back and have one of Deb's famous bacon and egg pies. Look, she's bringing some over. This is Deb Day, who's the team sponsor. Come over, Deb. It's a very family kind of a based team. So who made the pie?
That was me this morning.
Bacon and egg, yeah?
Bacon and egg, that's basically what it says on the packet.
Excellent. Well, Joe's looking pretty hungry behind the camera, and I haven't had a big lunch, so I think we'll have a bit of bacon and egg pie. Thank you very much. And we better go back to Joe before we fill our mouths with the lovely Deb Day bacon and egg pie. Back to you, Victor.
Okay, so we've got, that was Christina West, fastest woman in New Zealand motorsport, I think. So, right, 53 minutes to go. Now, Christina's actually driven a screamer of a race, really, because they're, it's 6 years old, that car, and they're still on the same lap as the leader. So anything can happen, right? They're still in with a sniff. I mean, if you when you map out your race plan for the 3-hour race, the goal is to be probably about half an hour to go and still on the lead lap, right? If you're in that position, you're in with a chance, because anything can happen. It's
about fuel consumption as well.
Fuel consumption, and like I say, there were some cars that pitted just 10 minutes before that halfway mark, and so you're going, well, are they going to have to make another stop? What's going to happen? Who's conserving fuel? Have there been enough safety cars that they're going to be able to get through?
Brennan and Christina, it's a strong pairing too. Like they're very close in lap times. In that
They
race.
are, yep. So it's far from over. And when it's that close, it's a flat tire, or it's we didn't quite get enough fuel, and as much as we can get back to the pits, we're just missing, and it's just
some
gone
oil
off
in the
tune.
spin.
Yeah.
I see that oil on the
Yeah,
turn
yeah,
4 in our race.
Yeah.
That let go right in front of me, covered my windscreen.
And Russell spun.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was he was on second place.
Right.
And he improved a lot by doing DD2 go-karting.
He was driving
improved
well.
his driving. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I love it.
Really good.
It's good.
Really drove well.
Good to see.
So it's still all on.
Yeah, and don't underestimate Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly.
No.
They could catch the podium.
Paul quite likes it on the podium, doesn't he?
Sorry?
Paul quite likes it on the podium.
Yeah, because of the champagne.
Champagne. Cheap booze.
But it's good to see, their pace isn't much better than my pace in the 1 hour, so I have a good chance in Timaru.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
So the glove is thrown.
So the Porsche though is probably better on fuel. Is it a one-stop in this?
It's great because of the direct injection. The consumption is awesome. It's only one stop.
Okay, we're going to cross over again to the pits. Adam.
So I'm here with my old friend Francis, who's been mechanicking for quite a long time. I met you with Andy Booth at NZV8 back in 2007 or something, yeah?
Something like that.
And so your mechanicking career on race cars, I mean, are you the only female mechanicking that like you think?
I'm not sure.
So who have you worked for over the years? You're obviously working on the Aston Martin now. Give us a quick rundown on your career in race cars.
NZV8, Super Tourers, TRS, Blanc Plan, done Spa 24-hour, supercars.
So you were with Erebus Racing for quite a few years, yeah?
Weekend Warrior the following years.
And so, obviously, you work during the week as a mechanic. What is it that keeps bringing you back to the race?
Thanks, Adam. We had a few technical issues down there. It's getting the end of a long day, and everything's been a bit stressed. So, car number 10 still going after that early damage. Whereabouts are they? They're in 5th place, so they've done incredibly well to come back from there. They're 3 laps down, but they've got Paul Kelly in their sights. That's their target, to get 4th, and then hope that there's some issues at the front with the leaders. At the moment, I don't see it. Pretty much, a lot of these cars, flawless display really. A lot of the front runners, flawless display in driving, and their pit stops have been superb. A couple of cars had some technical issues. Obviously, there's a few cars that are out, but when you look at these front runners, they haven't put a foot wrong.
Yeah. They do such a good job.
It's such a good job.
Like Neil Foster. I mean, how many years has he been doing this now? But he's a class act now.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's great having people like them. They show the cars. It's a good show. People want to see cars like that.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody. It's a bit, this. In Europe, you have this jealousy a little bit, but those guys, they are good for the sport. You just have to appreciate it because that pulls spectators, and if there are spectators, also the little teams get sponsors.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely,
cool.
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a synergy.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as they stay normal and not getting arrogant and stuff, and
if
they aren't, it's all good.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep.
See this GT, BMW, Merc GT, it's just great. We need a BMW in the field.
No pressure, Marco. No pressure.
Well, I have to look after my business in Germany. It's not doing well.
Well, the global economy is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Yep. So, you watch that lovely Carter's Greg Murphy. There you go. There's a bit of history in the making there. You can come down to Ruapuna 2020 and watch Greg Murphy racing. How amazing
It's
is
awesome.
that?
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
He's a legend, and he's just about. He did an interview and he said, "Well, it's so relaxed, laid back. It's all about having fun, and it's open. It's not doing all this sandbagging stuff because of balance.
Yeah.
But just get the car, get it out, have fun,
Drive well.
camaraderie, and
Yeah.
have a beer afterwards.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. It's still a good crowd live watching it. We've still got some giveaways, I think, for at the track. I've got some more giveaways here, but what I'm going to do is there's lots of people that entered that maybe missed out, so I'm going to try and give out as much stuff as we can. So if you did enter, I'm going to try and make sure that you don't miss out. I obviously cornered Tegan before, and Harder Racing, without Gabe knowing, is going to support us, and we'll send out a bit of stuff from Harder Racing, who have been amazing in their support by helping us with this live stream for here, for Timaru. I think Pukekohe, I stand to be corrected, but also for the national final, which will be at Highlands. So we're into the business end of things. We've got 45 minutes to go. This last half hour in the 3-hour race can really be quite telling. I know personally last year at about this time, and it was a scorcher of a day, and I was out, with half an hour to go, seeing sparks. Right, dehydrated. It was hot as anything, and the guys in the pits are calling me on the radio, going, "Victor, do you need to come in? Do you need to come in? We've got Richard here ready to jump in." And I'm like, "No, I'm all right. You're six seconds a lap slower." No, I think I'm okay. We've got to keep going.
It just reminds me on a race in 24 Hours of Dubai in an RSR.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it was crazy. After half an hour, my bottle was empty.
Yeah.
And I did another half an hour, it was fine, and then the lap times dropped every lap 1 second.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing double.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And a mate of mine asked the team boss, "What happens to Marco? He's getting slower. Is the car broken?" "No, he's just tired."
He's just tired. Well, you notice, because I went for a ride with Hayden actually at Waimate 50, and the guy's a freak, right? Because he only sees like 2 or 3 things. He's looking at the turn-in point, the apex, and the exit, and that's his whole focus. You can't distract him. That's all he sees when he's racing. And I'm out there going, there's a plane coming into land. You just once you're dehydrated, your brain just it's So this is the tough end of the race now. We're really into the business end of things. Still an amazing crowd stacked around the track. What you're seeing in the background there is way down the end of the track. Some real avid fans there, but as we come down through towards the hairpin and round that main sweeper, that's chock-a-block. Great to see the little Peugeot still going. That's absolute miracle, because it looked pretty terminal when they came in earlier on.
It's going to go good in his class too, eh?
Yeah, it's in the A class. There's only 2 competitors left.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. So I said to him, they finished 3rd.
Yep.
Just by making it to the end.
Well, I think that will put them because I don't think the Simmons Berry car ran at. Did it run at Tiratonga? I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, what a story! What a story that'd be. Eh?
Where are we here? I've got the points. Right, Class A. Yes, it did run at Tiratonga, and it ran 4th. So,
okay.
So they are on. Timo and Leighton are on 86 points, and the Simmons Berry car on 82 points. So they will pick up, if they finish in this order, and probably well, if they finish in this order, let's not say anything, they'll be 5 points ahead. So that will put the Simmons-Berry car in the lead in class, and Timo and Leighton will be in second in class. So that little Peugeot running last on the track, apart from anyone that's in the pits, which is probably about 10 cars, 8 or 10 cars, is now running second in class. So C class, the Scotty and Craig McDermott still leading there. It's pretty close. Oh, there's 3 laps back to second in C class on 84 laps, and then not far behind the Davis Mitchell car is the Sylvester Perkins car. So C class for second is still hotly contested. The B class, we've got the Shepherd Fitzgerald car is well ahead. They're 7 laps up on the Mackesy Good car in the B class. And then the other 3 cars in the B class are in the pits. So, and not looking like they're going to get out in any time soon. They are well down, 40 laps down. The D class, Anthony Lees and Paul Kelly, they're going well, 4 laps ahead of the Helms and Slight class car, who are on the same lap as the Williams Blythe. So second in class for the D class is still looking very interesting. There's not much in it. It looks like they're quite close actually, maybe 1 second between second and third in D class, and we're 2 hours 20 into the race. And of course the E class, we've got we're about to have 3 cars on the lead lap. Okay, we're going to, where are we going? We're going to the pits, I think. Adam.
So here we are with Timo St Anton, otherwise known as Tim Stanton. But he's both driving and mechanicking, as we saw earlier. Talk us through how you managed to do that.
Well, I noticed that the brake pedal went firm while I was out there, so I rang Leighton up and I said, get the jack ready. I think I've got a brake problem because all of a sudden it's gone firm. And I had to repeat that a bit because it's quite noisy in the car. So anyway, no sooner had I finished the phone call when the brake pedal went to the floor at the hairpin, right when I needed them. And fortunately I'd already slowed up enough to just make it through the dust. Crept in here, and the back right drum brake has died, and all the brake fluid came out of the cylinder, and then it caught fire on the wheel, and then everyone sprayed dry powder at me. And in the heat of the moment, I was probably a little cloudy, but someone suggested that we block that line off, which we did, and now the car is back out there with 3 brakes.
Well, there you go. And by phone, what do you mean?
So I think it's the only warranted car in the race. So we drove it out here yesterday, and it's got a stereo with Bluetooth. So I've got Leighton on quick dial, and if he's not away buying ice creams, I can get him on the phone and talk him through what I need.
And what you need to know about these guys, they've raced this car for years and years and years, and in between Teretonga and here, what did you do?
So I left it at Invercargill Airport. No, I can't speak highly enough for the cheap parking at Invercargill Airport. It's $45 for a week. And flew home after the race, flew down the next Saturday, and then drove the car home via the Devil's Staircase on the lovely banks of Lake Wakatipu, out to Glenorchy, and then up through the middle of the island, getting home at 11 o'clock at night, and just a big road trip.
Would that be why the rear brakes were worn out?
No. I've got to say, I put new drums and new cylinders and new brake shoes on it for this race, and that's what's let us down. And they caught fire, so I don't know what happened.
The thing with you guys, I mean, you really love coming here. I mean, tell us, what is it that keeps you coming back?
It's a pretty easy answer. The atmosphere in the pits is always friendly. The manners, the behaviour, the consideration of everyone in the 3-hour race they're all looking out for each other, and it's a refreshing way to race to have someone that's not in the car with you care about you and your car. Even though my car is worth the same as maybe 2 Aston Martin wheels.
Maybe one.
Maybe 1 Aston Martin wheel, yeah.
Sorry, that was just a bit rude. Anyway, we'll go back to you, Victor, and check out. Hopefully you guys, mate, we see you at the end of the race, and you might be good in your class, right?
I think there's only 2 of us left running, so oh no, not another podium.
So there we go. Thanks, Victor. Back to you.
Okay. Right, one competition. Now this is a competition for anyone that's not in New Zealand or called Perry. So the number to text if you're outside New Zealand and your name is not Perry is +64 27 396 9226. Okay, so that number on screen, but take away the 0 and you need +64. So +64 27 396 9226. The first person to text me from overseas whose name is not Perry will win a His and Hers Love Machine t-shirt and a His and Hers Heart of Racing t-shirt. I'm just offering that on behalf of Heart of Racing. Hope Gabe doesn't mind. I'll have to suck up to the Heart of Racing guys, to Tegan. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be fine. So text me now just to say hi and to, because we appreciate you tuning in from overseas, but your name can't be Perry because you know who that is, don't you? And we don't have his size anyway. Rightio, we've got 35 minutes to go. Don't move from your seat because this last half hour can be the real challenge. We've got Alex Riberas ahead of Greg Murphy, 48 seconds. So short of catastrophe, we would hope that the Harder Racing machine will bring it home. I'm sure Greg is out there having an absolute ball.
Oh, the taxi is fast.
The taxi is fast. I thought it was a rental car.
If I want to drive at work, I just call a taxi.
Just call a taxi. And then Brendan Leach, they're a little bit down, but they're still not far away. Okay, the Riberas car's done 100 laps. The Murphy and Leach car on 99 laps, but that's just a matter of timing. There's the lovely Carter's Merc.
Beautiful.
$1,000 worth of tyres going to Timaru. Thanks to Carter's. Beautiful, beautiful car. I'd expect to see the winner of the tyres at Timaru watching in 2 weeks' time. Be only fair, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
You'd think so. Get to you can, if the person that won those tyres, come and find us and I'll introduce you to okay, we got a winner. I don't know who you are. Says hi. Thank you. You have to text me your name and an address so I can send you some stuff. So Tim from Timaru, come and find us at Timaru and I'll introduce you to the Carters, so I'm sure you want to say thanks. Little Merc going down the inside of the Honda there. Quite often puffs a bit of smoke going around corners, that car. It's unnerving, but it's still going. Look at it.
Just burn some water.
Yeah.
I asked the winner of the t-shirts for their name and address. They win. I got woohoo, basically.
Yeah.
So A lovely note from Ange. Hi, Ange, from Waimate, which is quite remote. Okay, what do we got going on here? Heart of Racing car coming across start-finish line again. Right, Jack Sullivan from Apple Tree Lane in Pennsylvania. Jack, thank you so much for tuning in. You're a legend. It must be, what time there? Pennsylvania. It's the middle of the night, isn't it? Pennsylvania. I've got no idea. That's a committed motorsport fan right there.
Yeah.
So we've got some T-shirts coming your way. Thank you for tuning in to watch New Zealand motorsport. Thank you to everyone for tuning in, and again, thank you to Heart of Racing for making this happen. I hope it's been an exciting day for you guys. I hope the commentary's been alright, because I'm just learning. So it's been great for me to have so many people coming through that we can talk to, so many racing legends and committed people to the motorsport. And I hope it's been informative for everyone. There we go. Alex has just done a 120.01. So that's 2 seconds faster than anything else out there at the moment. That's going pretty well. That's their best lap. When was that?
Last lap was 25.
Last lap was 25. Oh no, 22. He must have had some traffic.
Now 22, yeah.
Yeah. So. Right, this half hour, it's 11 p.m. in Pennsylvania, not so bad. It'll be Friday night, I guess. Half an hour to go. That's a long time in endurance racing, especially when it's the last half hour. So, as a driver, you guys, when you're the last half hour in a long race, the things that start to happen, we've already talked about, you can get a bit dehydrated and tired, but noises in the car, do you notice that? Like, oh, was that rattle there before? And do you find their senses become a bit more heightened?
It depends on the situation, but yes, you hear everything.
You hear everything.
You know that.
Yeah.
In the 1 hour race, it's the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And my gearbox, third gear, gone. The last 2 laps was in fourth gear.
Right.
So everything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yeah. But and also the heightened risk of those other cars around you, because you don't know how they're feeling, whether they're distracted and whatever. So you have to keep your wits about you.
The thing is to get this level of you can't pull back too much. If you pull back too much and you're tired, you lose concentration, you crash.
That's it.
You have to. You have better. You go on pushing.
Yeah.
But not too hard, because you don't want to
overdo it.
That would be the other way of crashing.
Yeah.
Pushing
so you
too hard.
just got to keep in the rhythm, right?
Yes. Stay in the rhythm and be careful with overtaking. That's what it is. But a 1 hour race is nearly a sprint race.
Yeah, it is basically a sprint race now.
You just push all the time. In the 3 hour, it's a bit more strategy involved. So probably you can go a bit slower on average.
Yeah, the race in the 3 hour, the race evolves, and so you have to be a bit palatable to be able to go. Okay, I can settle down a wee bit now. I don't need to push so hard. I've got space, so I can conserve a bit of fuel.
That's what the team is. The team is so important, and the guy on the radio, who's telling you, like guys like Andy Neal with this amount of experience, they know exactly what to tell the driver in the right situation. He just sees what's going on, and then he says, you should. Be careful, it's the traffic now, it's safety car, next lap you're on, it will be released, and that's important, and that the whole team is so important, you have to rely on them.
So for both of you guys, how the skill of that person. Do they need to be a driver, or does it help if they're a driver so they understand what it's like out there, or what is it?
Well, I had a lot of different guys on the radio in my career. Yeah? So I think it doesn't have to be a driver.
A level head is important.
It needs to be somebody who really knows what he's doing. That's all about.
Right. Yeah, they've got to be calm.
You don't need a driver training when you're doing a race.
Yeah.
No.
So it's about strategy and reading the race.
Right. Yep. So Jordan, I mean, you're a New Zealand champion in open wheelers.
Yeah.
How do you find the tin top comparison there?
That's quite the Formula Fords. You know, they're on a low grip tire and low horsepower and things. So you really have to drive one properly to do well in that championship.
Corner speeds, everything, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, funnily enough, it's not like because the tires.
Okay, so just going through the class leaders, starting with Class A, it's the Simmonsbury car from Tim Stanton and Leighton Tremaine. And then Class C is the Scotty and Craig McDermott. Sorry, Class B is the Shepherd Fitzgerald little TCR car. Class C is the Scotty and Craig McDermott. Class D, Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly. And Class E is the Alex Riberas and Darren Kelly car. The beautiful Heart of Racing Aston Martin. Yep. So Class C is, what do they say, Scotty and Craig McDermott. So, interesting. The Class C cars all still going, which is traditionally the hand grenade class. So you quite often
the home built specials,
and they don't make it to the end.
And doing Class 28, you have to do a 28.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 28's good.
Yeah.
It's as fast as the TCR cars.
Yeah.
So that's that. It's an RX-8 with a V8 in there, isn't it? From out of Waimate, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like this hybrid. It's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's a bit sad that the McFarlane car isn't here.
It is
Porsche,
a bit sad,
yeah.
Yep. So, and Class A, interestingly, is normally, that under 2 litre class attracts a lot of, fairly standard, home, road cars that have been converted to, and so they're quite often, just normal production cars, and normally very reliable. We started the day with how many in Class A? 2, 4, 5, and we've only got 2 running. So unusual for there to be so many cars in Class A that are not running at this stage in the race. But there's the leader of Class C right there.
That's nice.
That little RX-8 from Waimate. That looks like the leader of Class D. Just gone past is the Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly Porsche. There's that lovely Mercedes running second in Class E. So this is one of those interesting corners on the track, isn't it? That the carousel, or what do you call it? Casino. What's the key to getting that right?
I think everyone will tell you something different, eh?
Yeah. The Porsche is different.
Yeah,
and he's a front wheel drive.
Yeah, I'm a front wheel drive mate. I'm still working it out.
Still working it out.
But I think it's similar driving. It's you drive the V as well, like the Porsche.
Yeah, that's
because the Porsche at the rear, all the weight in the rear, you have traction.
Right, so you
do the V.
Yeah, you want the wheels.
You want to go fast on the straight.
Right.
Early on the straight.
Yeah. So you're to the right leading into it more than the left. And then go in a little bit deep, turn, and then drive out. Is that that's the plan?
Yeah. Well, brake a bit go a bit slower in the apex and fast out of the corner, but that's it.
Okay, there's the Peugeot on track, running second in class. I think they missed their flyover while they were in the pits. There was a
So that's Leighton in the car.
that's Leighton in the car.
Oh, the brakes caught fire. Leighton
The
told
brakes
me.
caught fire.
The brakes caught fire, but Timo repaired it. It's great.
What are they using the brakes for?
Jumped under the car, fixed it.
Timo.
He's
Timo,
amazing.
what a guy,
isn't he?
mate.
Yeah, he's great.
He's
Is he still a vegetarian?
I'm not sure. Is he?
He was a vegetarian, I'm sure.
Okay, I didn't know that. He's got a little business in Sydenham there called Fixations, and he kind of specialises in like European and very cool classic cars if you need them repaired. He's meticulous in his he's thorough and meticulous when it comes to doing those things. I was in there the other day. He had a Jensen Interceptor in there, and he does stuff like that. And
special guy for special
he's
cars.
a special guy for special cars because he's passionate about them.
Yeah.
Look out, what do we got here?
Oh,
What happened?
that looks like an Audi that's turned round.
Oops, who was it?
Let's see, who was that? Was that the number 1 car or the number 10 car? Still watching the Peugeot. Number 10, yep, you can sell it. It's got it's the facelift model. Someone lifted the face off it and they replaced it with race tape. Sylvester's still heading around that in third in class.
I see a little Audi TCR still leading Class B. Or?
Yep. So the Rowan Shepherd and Fitzgerald car still leading Class B. So considering that number 10 Audi had a bit of panel damage right at the start and will have lost a whole lot of aero. I mean, it's probably been a bit of a handful not having the aero, because these cars at the front end do rely heavily on aero, don't they?
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's been a bit of work to get that around some
Tell
corners.
you what, those cars are all about balls.
Yeah.
Because you don't really feel it that much anymore. It's
No.
not mechanical like you had in the Formula Ford. You feel everything.
Yeah, that's right.
When it starts moving, it starts moving. Those cars, they don't give that much feedback you still have in the Porsche.
Right.
In the Cup S.
Yeah.
It's more aero. Even the Z4, it's a very fine line.
Right. I know when the Carters got the first Merc, after they'd had the supercar, and they had some real issues with that in Teretonga. That was the first time they'd taken it out.
The
And
GT.
The SL.
SLS.
The SLS, yeah.
Yeah, I remember me doing 2011 in the SLS, the first year of the SLS, and that was what I didn't like at all. It was just sitting like in a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And not knowing why you are fast.
Yeah, well, the problem I think they had, if I recall it rightly, was that the car was slower than their supercar, and when they took when the Germans analysed the data, they said, "Wow, you're going too slow," and they were like, "Yeah, we
Yes.
know that.
That's
No,
what
you're cornering too slow. You need to keep your corner speed up
get
so the
your head
aero
around.
will work.
Yeah.
So it's having those balls. It's like, and not much. It's like a lot too slow, 40, 60 kilometers an hour too slow cornering, you
Yeah.
need to keep the air going over that thing.
I knew about, but when I got the Z4 coming from the Cup S in Taronga, the long turn one, you go faster, nothing moves. You go faster, nothing moves. You go faster, nothing moves.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell?
It's supposed to have given up by now, isn't it? It's supposed to be
and
like-
then your head starts banging on the side. Boom, boom, boom. You go faster. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then when you're lucky, you have this little moment, only a little moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then now you're on it.
Yeah.
Now you are, yeah. So it's all or nothing, right? Okay, the number 1 car is back out there.
in class B, second and third, they're still close together.
So they're down in 14th place. So whatever was wrong with that car, they've fixed it. Now, 78 laps. So the rule is they need to do 75% of the class winning laps. So they're going to have to push hard because at the moment they are. Let me work out the numbers here. They're 78 laps out of 113. So my guess is they're going to have to push very hard to qualify for the points. It's very close. Okay, I'm told by race control we're going to follow this little Merc around for a couple of laps, see what it's like. Greg's still pushing wide. He's got the lights flashing. He's hard out after that. That's the second of the yeses. Coming into the sweeper. T86 needs to get out of the way. You can hear it going past our station here. He's coming up on the Grant Sylvester Ford. He'll thrash past that Grant, whoever's in the car. Who's in the car? Gets out of the way anyway. Good job. Lets Greg through. Coming up through Fulton Hogan. What was pothole? Up to the hairpin. Late on the brakes. Goes deep. Drives the car out. Misses the apex a bit there. Could have been a bit tighter. But he just wanted to keep it smooth.
I think pothole is a straight for them.
Yeah. Do they change up there?
They just go.
Okay, we've got, as we predicted, splash and dash. Bit of fuel going into the harder racing car. That's interesting. They've got time. They had 58 seconds, so...
Oh, will be close finish.
It's going to be close.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Greg will know about that. His team will have been on the radio, and I think they will have suspected it. So the question will be, where is the Mercedes when he comes out? And does the Mercedes need fuel or not? There's the Mercedes, just come onto the straight, so he'll now see the harder racing car, and Greg will be inspired to change his attitude from, oh, it's a lot of fun and we're out racing and everyone's enjoying himself, and he'll see that car that's P1 in the windscreen, in his sights.
He's pushing
now
all
let's
the time.
watch the times. Of course he's pushing all the time, but now he's got even more reason to push.
Did Brendan Leach just unwrap himself as well in that pit stop? I'd say he would have.
Yeah, I think he has. No, he's on 113 laps, so there's still
1 lap down.
One lap down.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. But possibly,
He
or
might
part of a
lead
lap.
lap when he crosses. So,
Yeah. So he'll be on the lead lap when he crosses.
It's close. So
it's close. Yeah. So here comes the. So you can see there's Brendan, and there's the. So that's P3 on the screen at the moment.
Yeah.
And that is P1 behind him. So he's most of a lap down. With 13 minutes to go. The people with the hard work to do out there is car number 1, the Foster Reed car, because they are going to be very close as to whether they get to the 75% of the class leaders.
Aston is pushing hard.
Aston will be pushing hard.
He just had a little moment.
He doesn't want to get lapped, does he? At some point, he's going to have to concede that the car behind him has got some right of way.
Who's in the car? He was drifting.
He's not going to get in there. He'll be he might have a look here. Yes, he's going to have a look, and Brendan will give him that place. There's no point in doing anything crazy. We've only got potentially 12 minutes to go. Alex Riberas in the beautiful Western Martin.
See, the Merc is only not far away.
No, it's not far away. It's as I say.
What was that last lap for the?
Yeah, I think Greg's picked up a bit of space. I think that
23 similar lap time.
Similar lap times, yeah. So
23-1.
the Audi will have just held Alex up a fraction through that infield there. He won't be too worried. Very similar lap times now. You watch the harder racing Aston Martin. This car was new when it started this series. I assume they brought it in for the team. So it was first time out at Teretonga, and it came away with the win. So they're still learning the car. I know that Alex has spent quite a bit of time on the sim, learning the tracks, because he's clearly never raced here before. So Darren's been a huge help for that. And of course Darren knows the tracks, but he's used to going around them sideways, and going through more tyres than they probably have today. But yeah, it just feels like the Merc is just clawing back, little bit by little bit. I'm not convinced we're going to have enough time, but
22.6 versus a 22.9 those last laps, so it's close.
Yeah, okay. So no, he's not. Just parts of the track he looked closer, doesn't he? And then obviously in other parts it's stretching out a wee bit.
The tires get worse.
Yeah.
So
because you lose everything with the tire. Yeah, you understand. And then the brakes as well. The brakes aren't as good.
Yep. So harder racing. They've come into New Zealand through Gabe, their team owner. He's invested hugely in New Zealand motorsport, which we appreciate so much. To have a look at the website, the Heart of Racing website. I'll bring it up on the screen for you, and support the causes that they support, because it's worthwhile. They're doing an amazing job. Great drivers, great car, great team.
Good job waving them through.
That's great, huh?
It's 2 hours 51 on the clock, so we've got 9 minutes to go. It's probably about 6 or 7 laps. The Merc is in the pits. Splash and dash. Yeah, I wondered about that.
So no safety cars this last.
No safety cars. That's what they would have been holding out for, because,
And a drink there.
Yeah. So that takes some of the pressure off. It was a good bluff while it lasted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can hear Murph roaring past our position here. So that gives Alex a whole lot more comfort. Merck comes out on the straight. That's probably helped also. They've both done a stop. I just need to have a look really where that number 1 Audi is. So they're 85 laps, and number 1 car's done 118. Have to do some maths here.
30 to 150.
38. They're at 72%, so he's going to have to make up some time somewhere. I assume it's Johnny Reid in the car. He's going to have to push really, really hard. And he is. 21, his last lap was a 21.095, So he's pushing. So they'll be looking at the numbers. They'll be doing the numbers every lap to see if they can get into the 75% mark. Otherwise, they get no points. So their second place in Teretonga is all very well and good, but no points here.
Yeah.
It's a hard bitter pill to swallow, isn't it? Because everyone's done their bit. The whole team have worked hard, and that car has been so reliable for so long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, their age.
Yeah.
Their age.
Yeah, of course they do. But I mean, there's a fair amount invested in that car as well. It's not like there's no maintenance planned, and it was quick. It's been quick. So I'm not sure what the issue was. We'll probably find out.
Don't know, but you just see Scott and Alan. They broke the mount, the gearbox mount, which is a part you are not even look at.
Yeah.
It would last. You think it lasts for the whole life, but this Cup S is running since 2009.
Yeah.
So that means parts like my from the steering wheel, the hub broke.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
About 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go.
I think it's sorted now.
Yeah.
If nothing major happened.
Okay, so 5 minutes to go. The leaders, A class, is the Simmons-Berry car. In the B class, the Shepherd Fitzgerald. C class is the McDermott car. The D class, Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly. And
But
of course,
second and third, they're still near together. Let's have a look.
second and third in the D class, they're very close.
Yes.
There's not much in them.
Was Class B looked like it was close as well? Those
They
had a good.
No, it's spread out now. So Class B has only got 2 cars still running.
Oh, yeah, no, a 10 laps. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Class E. We've got 2 cars still on the lead lap. The Leach or West cars only 1 lap down, which is a huge credit to them. Murphy, car to car, fantastic, because that's a new car here as well. These guys are still getting used to this vehicle, and it is quite different car than the SLS. There's no question about that. But Alex Riberas from Spain, class act, cool head. Three and a half minutes to go. Probably about 3 laps, I think. He might just get in for could be 3 laps, could be 2 laps. I think it'll be 3 laps. Coming up on the little Peugeot. Still going, considering it blew a rear brake. And they've fixed that car. They're back out again. Second in class. Has he got enough laps to finish second in class? Let me just see. 79. Yep, he's going to get the points. Tim and Leighton Tremaine. Tim Stand and Leighton Tremaine. So credit to them. You never give up. Beautiful Aston Martin. It's been a great day here for the crowd that have come out to watch these cars. I've seen world class cars running. It's been a beautiful day. I don't think we've had anywhere near the wind that was forecast. It was supposed to be 30 knots, so that might be coming later on. But it's been, I think, just about perfect conditions. It's a little bit overcast, so but still warm. The track looks great. Alex is pushing hard still there if he's going that wide. It might just be a little loss of concentration. It's been a long day. still going
for
wide.
him.
Nah,
Not
he's
for him.
professional.
Not for him?
They do double stints in 24-hour races.
Yeah, but he might have been like a little loss of concentration because he's unwrapping his minty or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Watching TV.
Watching TV. He might have got a call from home. His mum might have rung.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah. And they have cool suits and air conditioned, pedal shift, and
the
I think they have ventilated seats as well.
Oh, they really?
Yeah?
As far as I know, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they're made for amateurs, driven by pros.
Yeah.
It's a good car.
It's a lovely car. Lovely, lovely car. Okay, this has got to be... Last lap board should be out this time around, I'd say. Car 47, a drive-through penalty. Oh, was observed at lap 54. So there's been a few issues on track.
How many cars have we still got running total?
Let me tell you. 15.
15, so still more than Tirratonga, which is good.
Yep. So 15 still running out of 25. So 10 cars that have had issues of some sort. Oh, that's it. That's the checkered flag.
Wow.
So pretty much on the money as far as time is concerned. So a well-deserved victory for Heart of Racing car. Beautiful drive. Just textbook stuff. A little splash and dash at the end. They'd built up so much time that it was effortless. A great drive from the Carters, Dwayne and Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy, in the Carters AMG GT.
Yeah, and the Audis are beaten.
And the Audis are beaten. There we go.
Well, it's how you grew up,
Yeah.
Audis are beaten.
So it's a new era, isn't it? It's a new era.
Yeah, it's a new era.
So
Aston is a beautiful car. The taxi is second. It's good.
So
the Audi is beaten by a taxi.
Beaten by a taxi. That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. And they dominated the 3 hour. Last week.
Yeah, they did.
And
so
now they have to work.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
It's competition.
Yeah, it's competition.
It's great.
So it's great. It makes Timaru's going to be exciting.
But we need more competitors. They need to take their cars out again.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Jared or the Smalls and
Yep.
Or
It's been a tough year though. I mean, I expect we'll see that next year. So credit to the guys that have come out. It's when it has been a tough year for many businesses. We're probably going to go down to the pit.
Still a great
shortly.
race.
So the winners by class: Simon's Berry car, Class A; Shepherd Fitzgerald in Class B; McDermott in Class C; Anthony Lee's Paul Kelly in Class D; and of course Alex Riberas and Darren Kelly in Class E. And the winners overall. The first place goes to Alex Riberas, Darren Kelly. Second, Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy. And Brendan Leach and Christina All-West in third in the Audi. And they will be very, very happy with that position. They came in as in that top series, the top class of cars. They were kind of the underdog, really, weren't they? Yeah. But to come in third is a real credit to them.
And if you
another podium for them too, though.
Another podium for them is great. Yeah,
the whole series look good.
And
consistency is good.
And the thing is, this car is as fast in the best lap.
Yeah.
But if you see consumption and tire wear,
yeah,
and aero and all this stuff,
all those little things.
It's another generation of cars.
Yeah.
So this shows they were best Audi.
Yeah, yeah,
with an old car.
They finished.
Yeah, that's great.
They finished, So
good. Well done.
Look, the boys, Heart of Racing, are happy, and they should be. We've got Adam heading down there, just keeping an eye on things. thanks to Heart of Racing. I don't know if I'll get to speak again because we're going to go to interviews on the track. But thank you for everyone tuning in around the world. Thanks to Heart of Racing for their support. Thanks to Carter's. Thanks, Gabe. We'll see you again sometime in the future. And and we're about to go to Adam. Are we about to go to Adam? Yep, we're about to go to Adam. There he is there. Okay.
Yeah, end of 3 hours, and you're on the number 1 position. You must be pretty happy with that. The second round of the Carter's South Island Endurance Series goes to the Heart of Racing. I mean, talk us through your day.
Yeah, it's been a very full-on day. Yesterday, still working on the car and trying to get things right, and today we've finally nailed it, and team's done incredible job setting this thing up. It was luxury to drive. It's performed perfectly today, and yeah, handed over to Alex, and he's done an amazing job as well.
Big smile on Alex Riberas' face. You've obviously had a great time today.
Oh, I mean, who cannot love a day like this, right? It's a big turnaround of events for us. Yesterday was really a hard day. One of those days that everything seems to be against you, and it turns out we actually did a great job. The team was absolutely phenomenal, and I think this victory goes to them for what they did. I mean, it's phenomenal job. So big thanks to IMS. It's the dream team, let's say, and to Aston Martin, of course, for helping us so much and turn around everything. Finally, I would say Darren is the star of the day. The highlight of the day, and I'm super happy to be his teammate. He did it very easy for me.
Great, and so 2 weeks to turn it around again.
Yes, I mean this doesn't stop, and we keep on learning. It is still a very young program, right? So we are still learning every race, discovering new things, working hard with Darren in the simulator. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back home. We're going to keep on working and keep enjoying this amazing championship.
Great, all right. Well, we better go talk to position 2, but congratulations, guys. You'll get some champagne in a second. So, Chucky, come with me. And we've got our second place getters over here, which is Dwayne Carter and Greg Murphy. Hey, guys. I saw you chasing them down at the end. It was getting closer.
No, it wasn't really. We weren't really chasing them down. I mean, we knew what we had, and obviously Alex was pretty quick. And tried to save the fuel, but it was going to be, we were going to run out in the end. So anyway, it's fine. It was great. Dwayne drove brilliantly, stayed out of trouble, brought the car back in on the lead lap and bloody right there. So it was great.
You look very cool, calm, and collected, Greg.
Oh, well, I've done it once or twice.
Dwayne, so you must be pretty pleased with your session in the car. I came down to talk to you, but they told me you're asleep in the truck.
Oh, no. I was just having a shower and getting changed. Wasn't asleep, no.
So you must be pretty pleased. First time out for a new car, and didn't win it, but you were pretty close.
Yeah, very pleased. It's awesome to have Greg in the car driving, so learning a lot of him and stuff. But the car was pretty flawless the whole race, really.
So obviously Timaru's coming up in 2 weeks. A little bit of work to do, or was the car just give it a wash and bring it out again?
Oh, it looks like we'll just give it a wash. We haven't hit anyone, which is pretty good. No marks on the car, so yeah.
Great, all right. It's an awesome looking car, and it's great to see you guys out there. You know, obviously, it's the Carter's Tyre Service Series, so it's brilliant to have you back for this round.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cheers. All right, we'll go talk to the third place getters, which is the Dale ITM car. Christina, Brendan, come out the front. Just step back, go back. Third place, I mean, second, third in a row, but some pretty stiff competition today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Christina did a fantastic job at the start of the race, and then when I hopped in the car, we were very, very tight for fuel. But really, it was just about managing it and just trying to get to the end. I think the other cars had a few little dramas, and we were the most consistent out there, I think. Just saving everything we could right till to get across the line.
So the end of the race, you were watching from the pits there, and it all looked pretty smooth. But you said there was a little problem with the gearbox, but it obviously made it home okay.
Yeah, no, it did. The duct tape stopped the bit that was flapping him, actually blocking the air intake. So his gearbox temperatures were a lot cooler than mine. So we're pretty lucky there. So onwards and upwards, and bring on Timaru.
So for the series, obviously it's a 3-round series. You've got 2/3. I mean, the points are going to be still tight for that final, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're definitely in the fight with Johnny having the issue and being a few laps down. I really don't know the position he finished in, and having a much quicker car, we'll just have to see how we go in the next one. But yeah, I think we've got a pretty good little pairing here, and we'll give it a crack anyway.
All right, that's great. Well, that's the end of the Carter's 3-hour race and the end of our live stream for the day. We've had an amazing day here at Mike Pero Motorsport Park here at Christchurch. We've got 2 weeks until we go to the final round of the series, so it's a pretty intense 3-round series. We're off to Timaru next, and that's in 2 Saturdays' time from now. Obviously, we need to thank our key sponsor that got us here today, and that's The Heart of Racing, which basically put together a sponsorship package so we could do this all live here today. We've had multiple cameras around the track, we've been in the pits all day. It's been a really fun day and it's been some great racing, so we hope we can see you again in 2 weeks at Timaru. We'll be live again on the same channels, and yeah, we'll be back and we'll bring you the final. We're going to see who wins that Carter's Tyres South Island Endurance Series. Thanks for watching, everybody.